Welcome to the Undisputed podcast. I'm your host, Jenny Taft. This podcast is the full show from today's episode of Undisputed from start to finish. We've got a busy slate, so skip Shannon. Let's get to it.
Welcome to Undisputed. We are live from Los Angeles. I'm Jenny Taft here with Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharpe. How we doing?
Just when you thought it was safe to ridicule my San Antonio Spurs, they're back, Shannon. Here they come, Shannon. Here they come.
Oh,
Here they
Kawhi.
come.
Did Kawhi them team win last night?
Did he play last night? No.
Rest.
No. Did the Spurs play last night? Did Golden State play at the Spurs last night? Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Be careful now. Okay.
Here we come.
Hey, low
We
man.
got this.
Look at
We got this.
Jenny looking like got the Jackie O going.
Thank you, Shannon.
Jackie,
Trying to distract against what he wants to talk about there, or I don't know.
Oh, he gonna get it.
That's all you got?
He gonna get it. You
Yep.
know what's coming. For out the box.
Let's talk Cowboys and Spurs.
Yeah,
How about that?
I'm good.
Skip's favorites today on the show. Is it time to jump on the Spurs bandwagon?
No.
According to this guy, maybe. And then there's a very interesting name popping up to be LeBron's next coach. Let's hear what Shannon has to say. But let's start with Skip's other favorite team, the Cowboys. They have been very quiet so far in free agency, but it could pick up today when safety Eric Berry is expected to visit. The five-time Pro Bowler was released by the Chiefs last week, and he's only played 3 games in the last 2 seasons. Dallas also has some big money decisions coming up with their star players. Pro Football Talk's Mike Florio said Ezekiel Elliott should consider holding out and do whatever he has to do to get paid. Zeke still has 2 years left on his current deal, and Stephen Jones told Sports Illustrated that the team has to, quote, get super creative to sign their players. He mentioned Zeke, Dak, Demarcus Lawrence, Amari Cooper, and the young linebackers. So, Shannon, are you optimistic about the Cowboys' strategy?
First things first. Eric Berry coming in, Skip. Could he be an upgrade? Sure. The question that they're going to have to ask themselves, and I think they kind of know the answer to this, can he stay healthy? As Jenny read, out of a possible 32 games in the last 2 years, he's only played, he's missed 28 or 29 of those games. So 3 games over the last 2 years. He's not getting younger, and he's coming off an Achilles injury and the heel injury, which was probably caused by the Achilles injury. So how well will he be able to run? Because, Skip, when we saw him healthy, we saw the job that he did on Rob Gronkowski on an opening Thursday.
He sure did.
That might have been the greatest performance by a safety against Gronk that we've seen in a very, very long time. But since that time, because he ended up getting injured in that game, he's never been the same before. I mean, he's been the same after that. So will he ever be the same? And he realizes this is not, Skip, this is probably his last payday. The Cowboys are looking at it, well, we'll be willing to work with you a little bit, but we're going to make this contract incentive-laden. We don't want to give you the lion's share of this money in guaranteed money, given your injury history. So I think that's what he's going to have to, like, okay, what am I willing to take, and am I healthy, and can I get this, $50,000, $100,000 every game that I'm on the active roster? Now to Jenny and what you really, really want to talk about. No! It ain't gonna happen, Skip Bayless. You know why? Because they want to get paid. Paid. Capital P-A-I-D. You got some of that over there?
I got lots of it.
No, you ain't got nothing.
First of all, 50 million.
You got 50 million? Oh, what you call it? Want all that?
I don't have it, but they do.
First of all, Zeke want all that. So what you got for Amari and Dak? Skip, here's the thing. Look, it's simple as this. You got Dak, Amari, Jalen Smith, Byron Jones, and Demarcus Lawrence, all set to be free agents after the season. Demarcus Lawrence is looking like this, Skip. Okay, he just got franchised again this year. Last year was franchised, I think, at $17 million. This year is $20.5 million. Now, he's sitting back looking, and this is the thing that hurts guys that's on a team that gets franchised or transition. They look at a guy like Trey Flowers. Detroit just played Trey Flowers like he J.J. Watt.
They did.
Demarcus Lawrence is like, hold on, wait a minute. Oh, that just went to 2 back-to-back Pro Bowls. I'm a first-team All-Pro last year, 16.5. I think he had, 10 sacks this year, 10.5 this year. And I need long-term money. Zeke, I agree with Mike Florio. He should hold out because this is how they do running backs. Most of the time, if you're a first-round draft pick, Then you make you play all 4 years, Skip. Then they pick up your 5th-year option. And then the 6th year, they franchise you. In the 7th year, they franchise you, they use you up, and now you're gone. If I'm Ezekiel, I say, nah, bro, y'all not going to do me like that.
Well, you saw what they did to DeMarco Murray. 2014, led the league in rushing. Bam, 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 bam. Running over half the league, right? And that was sort of the end of DeMarco.
And that was sort of the end of DeMarcus.
Yeah.
And so you look at it like that, like, hold on, wait a minute. And now you got Dak. Dak is looking at it like, Skip, did they just give Nick Foles $50 million guaranteed for 13 starts over the last 2 years? And you want me to take how big of a haircut? Now, I ain't got a whole lot of hair, but y'all not finna shave me bald up in here. So I needs all that. Amari Cooper looking like, did you see what they just get Golden Tate? You see that money they get Golden Tate? Oh, hey, Jerry, I saw you bought a $250 million yacht. I need some of that. What about Byron Jones, Skip? Jalen Smith flying over, knocking people out. I need some money. Now, the only way they can make this happen, Skip, is that, and here's the thing. Now, when you at a situation, you're not a true free agent. So if they come and give them extensions, you're probably going to have to give them 95 cents on the dollar. You're not going to get the whole 100. You understand that. But unless these guys take 85% on the dollar, I don't see how they get it done, Skip. And I think in order of getting done, I think I would go Zeke, DeMarcus, Dak, Amari, Jalen Smith, Byron Jones. I would go in that order because Zeke got the most compelling case, Skip. Jim Brown, Earl Campbell are the only 2 guys and Zeke. So it's 3 guys that's led the league in rush yards per game in their first 3 years. Now, he got suspended in year 2. He would have led the league 3 years in a row, his first 3 years. Those other 2 guys are in the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
That's the arc. Zeke
By the way, Zeke, per game rushing over 3 years, led it all 3 years.
He was 10 yards clear the year he was suspended.
That is correct.
So with that being said, Zeke said, I can't let y'all use me up because I know what y'all do. And see, they looking and see what's going on with Todd Gurley. See, they gave him that extension, and they talking about Todd might have chronic arthritis and knee problems.
That is correct.
Zeke said, that ain't got nothing to do with me. I need my paper. I'm not going to let y'all run me in the ground like y'all did DeMarco Murray before I got here. So go on and pay me. It's not going to happen. You're going to miss the playoffs, so you're going to be sad all the way around.
You are in the rarest ever Cowboy-hating form today. And I do appreciate it because it makes everybody step back and look hard at this situation and say, well, time out, Cowboy-hating Shannon Sharpe. Aren't these all good problems? See, you act like Jerry Jones has a cap that's been reduced, like he's got cap liability. He gets the same amount of salary cap as all the other teams get, right?
Yes.
They don't get penalized under the salary cap just because he has a yacht. That doesn't, count under the cap.
No.
You act like they have less money to spend than anybody else.
No, but the problem they have, the other teams don't. They got 7 really, really good players.
I'll take that.
I would too.
These are good problems. In fact, they aren't good problems. They're great problems because you're telling me my team has too many great or soon-to-be great players. Am I right?
No, ain't no
That's what you're saying.
Are.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
I'll
take it. I'll take it.
So in other words,
I'm good. Would you rather have my problems or the Giants' problems or the Redskins' problems or the Denver Broncos' problems? They have negative problems. They have deficit players. They have cupboard is getting barer by the day. They're like, how do we fix this? This isn't a bad problem. It's a great problem. This is the kind of problem any team would say, please give us these problems. Make us the Cowboys' problems, right? Because these are all fixable problems. There are ways, even if you lose one of those players, you still have an embarrassment of riches. You have a potential Super Bowl team here. Yes, you do. Everything you just detailed is potential Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl. Now, let's step back from the situation and look hard at it.
Okay.
What happened last year? The Cowboys won the division for the second time in 3 years with Dak Prescott at quarterback, right? And Zeke obviously got suspended the year before, so that knocked the heart out of that season, and the cloud hung over the team that season, or maybe they would have won it 3 straight years. Last year, the Dallas Cowboys actually won a playoff game. And then what happened in the second playoff game here in Los Angeles at the Coliseum against the Super Bowl team Rams? The Cowboys had them in jail, 3rd and 7 from their own 28 with 2 minutes left in that game in a one-score game with a quarterback named Dak Prescott who has led the NFL in game-winning drives over his first 3 seasons. I liked my chances in that game as long as you don't let Jared Goff escape and run 11 yards for a first down that kills the clock. If you somehow keep them to 4-yard gain or 3-yard gain or 2-yard gain, and you get the ball back and give it to Dak Prescott at say his 40-yard line, I'm liking my chances in that game, in a one-score game.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that's where we were. That's the big picture of this. That's the perspective of everything you're just talking about. So to me, worst case scenario, if my team has to go into next year with Jeff Heath and Xavier Woods back at safety, they won the division with those guys. Am I hurting there? No, I'm not hurting. Could I upgrade? Sure. Could I have Earl? I wanted Earl Thomas, and he said yesterday in his press session or media session with the Baltimore media, he said that Baltimore came out of the blue. It came out of nowhere with an offer that within 2 hours he had closed the deal with the Ravens. Right. Because what happened? They had nothing but cap room because they had problems. They lost everybody. They lost C.J. Mosley and Eric Weddle and so many players. Suggs.
They got $19 million off their books with Flacco.
We can go on and on and on. They're in trouble. They're teetering, and so they had all this cap room, and they made Earl Thomas the deal of a lifetime. If you break down his deal, it's even better than Landon Collins, where he hit the lottery going to the Redskins, right, from the Giants. So my point is, that went out of our price range. That was the one shot out of the blue deal that just took Earl Thomas off the map and off the market.
You're absolutely right, Skip. They could not do this deal. You cannot give this guy $14 million per year with the guaranteed money you gave him when you have Demarcus Lawrence sitting right there saying, hold on, wait a minute. You want to give an outsider this kind of money when you watch me every day and I've helped you win division titles? So you couldn't do that deal. But, Skip, here's the thing that's puzzling me. You got all these great players. You got Dak, Zeke, Amari Cooper, Demarcus Lawrence. You got 3 of the top offensive linemen.
Jason Witten.
Byron Jones. You got the Wolf Hunter.
And remember, Travis Frederick, I think, is going to be back as a Pro Bowl center. I'm pretty sure he's going to be back.
All that. Okay. Help me understand. Why do you only have 1 playoff win?
We're just arriving. It's a baby team. They're growing up together right before your very eyes. They've won the division 2 out of 3 years.
The Rams are a baby team.
Huh?
The Rams are a baby team.
They're not a baby team. They went out and shot the moon last year. They went and got everybody. You knew they got Sue. They got Talib. Okay? All right? So they went for broke last year, and it may break them this year.
But that's the thing. You got a quarterback on a rookie contract.
Okay.
Your quarterback's on a rookie contract. Zeke Elliott's going to want to get paid max dollars.
I got it. Okay, back to Eric Berry.
Okay.
Would I like to snap my fingers and get him back to 2016 Eric Berry? Sure I would, because he made, how many, 5 Pro Bowls.
Yes.
He was a dominating safety.
Yes.
He was a physical, athletic, rangy, he's got the whole package. Yes. But he's had nothing but physical ills for the last 2 years. Like you said, 3 games he's played. So could he, on a make-good deal, incentive-laden, it would be like Darrelle Revis, remember, with Belichick in 2014? Yeah. Okay, let's just take 1 shot here, 1 shot. Would he do that for my team? He would bring a veteran presence. He brings Pro Bowls. He brings stature. He brings magnitude. Would I take it if he would take an incentive-based deal? Sure I would. Would I bet on him being a force and a factor? I would not. I'm with you on that one.
Okay.
Randall Cobb, you did not mention, but he's also visiting. I think he visited yesterday.
Yes.
Randall Cobb had hamstring haunt him all last year. But Randall Cobb is only 28. Eric Berry's 30. But Randall Cobb is 28 years. I can make a case he's in the middle of his prime right now. If you got the best of Randall Cobb at a little bit of a discount because he's coming off a bad year, would he be better than Cole Beasley in the slot? Yes, he would.
Shouldn't that alarm you that Green Bay is not willing to re-sign him, considering that he had hamstring injuries? And they say, well, you know what? If he doesn't have these injuries, we're going to get the best of Randall Cobb. Why wouldn't they re-sign him?
Because they got 2 young receivers.
He's a slot.
Okay, I'm just saying, but they think they're going to go onward and upward. But would Randall Cobb embrace the opportunity to play for a quarterback who's not a finger-pointing, blame-deflecting diva like Aaron Rodgers?
It's not about Aaron Rodgers.
It's about Dak Prescott. Yes. It is. Well, would Randall say, I want to play for that guy? Which one? There he is over there, number 4.
Why would you want to play for that? One guy got you a ring on your finger, Randall Cobb.
Oh, really? This guy could get you 3 rings on your finger.
Well, Randall Cobb, I think he might be married. I think he got married a couple years ago, so he got another ring. Yeah, he don't need him a ring. And your guy can't get him any anyway.
He can, and I would favor signing Randall Cobb over Eric Berry right now. I just have a feeling that you could hit the lottery with Randall Cobb next year, that he could have a bounce back where you just say, wow, look at that.
Help me understand, Skip. You had all these guys. You keep telling me how great. You keep mentioning, Dak Prescott's going to win multiple rings.
Yep.
You got Zeke. You got Amari. You had 2 of the 3 offensive linemen. Why y'all only score them fewer points in the playoff game?
In which playoff game?
Against the Rams.
30-22?
That little pit, no.
Well, it's hard to get the ball back when your defense is giving up 273 yards rushing. Try that. Try your time of possession when the other team is getting 8 yards a carry. See what happens to the clock.
When you had the ball, what did you do with it?
Well, obviously, the Rams are really good. Did you see what the Rams did to Tom Brady? What do you keep telling me? What did the Rams do to Tom Brady?
You keep telling me.
Tom Brady made 1 play. Dak was prepared to make the 1 play to win the game.
You know what happened? You know what the Rams did? The Rams say, we refuse to let Zeke Elliott beat us. Now, number 4, if you want to beat us throwing the ball for 300 plus and 3 touchdowns, have at it. We don't believe you can.
He threw the heck out of the ball that night, I thought.
Really, Skip?
Yeah, he was really good that night. Did you see what happened in the second half? They won the second half, did the Dallas Cowboys. Once they finally started to right the wrong of getting run over roughshod.
Can I ask you a question, Skip? Let's just say, for the sake of argument, you and I playing a game. In the first half, I score 100 points. In the second half, I don't score any, but you score 75. Who wins?
Well, am I going to let you out of a 3rd and 7 at your 28?
Oh, you let him out.
Huh?
What? Hold on. You had your guy on the field, Sean Lee.
I told you I'm out.
No. You're
hamstring.
Not out. No. I'm not going to let you out.
Terminal hamstring.
I'm not going to let you out because
Wolf Hunter on the sideline. That's all you need to know.
No, because all last year, in 2017, all I heard, I thought the man's name was No Sean Lee. I thought he was an Asian or something. No Sean. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. If we'd have had Sean Lee, we'd have won the game.
Out of sight, out of mind. He's now coaching the linebacker.
Really, Skip?
Yes, he is.
Is that how you do your Cowboys?
That's how we do it. We go onward and upward.
It's a we thing now.
Well, I didn't see Wolf Hunter coming. I didn't even like the
you didn't like the pick. You hated it.
Well,
you wanted Calvin
I
Ridley.
hated it because I watched 2 or 3 Boise games the year before, and he just didn't jump off my screen.
I couldn't
see it. Maybe he can play.
And now you like the tackling Dutchman.
Well, I do. How could I not like him? He's all over the football field.
And now you talking about.
I like Jalen Smith more, but I'll take the tackling Dutchman.
You know he's a free agent next year, right?
Who?
Jalen Smith.
It's all right. We got this. We gave him a chance when nobody else would.
It got nothing to do with it. And I paid dividends on that. And I paid you dividends. No, I rewarded you for that, Skip Bayless.
Speaking of strong, close personal relationships with the owner,
yes.
How about Ezekiel Elliott? And I do agree with one point you made. I'm going to prioritize signing Zeke right now.
Hold on, wait a minute.
I'm going to put him at the top of my list. But what happened last year, not this past year, but 2 years ago?
What did he do?
What happened when Zeke was under fire from the league and was going through all of his issues? Who hung right beside him? Who fought for him? Who helped him go to court to take on the National Football League? It was Gerald Wayne Jones. Jerry Jones, Dallas Cowboy owner. In the documentary that they did for Amazon, you could see the big meeting when Zeke came back from suspension. He went straight to Jerry's office, and they had it on film where they hugged and all but kissed each other because it's welcome back, and you could tell they had a really tight relationship.
Okay, help me understand.
You know what? So I think Zeke will work with Jerry, and Jerry will work with Zeke, and they will get this done. And I think Dak will take a little bit of a back seat because he is a team player, and he's got like 13 national TV commercials.
So
13.
So don't worry about
I believe
Stop
it's
counting
13.
that man pockets, Skip Bayless.
I'm just saying. He's got supplementary income.
Did you hear what Skip said? Because Jerry hung with it. Jenny, let's just say for the sake of argument.
Yeah.
I've done something really, really bad, and I got this attorney, a big high-powered attorney.
Okay.
He's supposed to get me off. He doesn't get me off. You think I'm hugging him? Zeke Elliott still served those 6 games.
I know.
So what did Jerry actually do? Standing beside me. Are you going to serve these 6 games with me, Jerry? I want all my money. I want $50 million guaranteed. Now what you going to do about that?
Zeke loves him some Jerry.
I love my money
Zeke
more than I love Jerry.
loves playing for America's team in Dallas, Texas, and he will take a slight hometown discount for that.
Why you want to see? You want everybody to take a discount.
Team. It's
Yeah,
that star on that helmet, man. You don't want to walk away from that. Once you got it on your helmet, it gets in your head and in your blood.
No.
That's what happens.
Once I got money in that bank account, once they hit that direct deposit, I want more of that. I want more direct deposits, not less.
Yeah, you're actually 10 years behind the times on the direct.
Don't worry about what I did with my
It's
money,
right.
Skip. It was all the same.
Yeah.
Whether they deposited, I deposited.
Okay.
That's what I call direct deposit.
Yep.
Me going directly to the bank.
What has Jerry Jones' greatest strength always been?
Talking.
Cap wizardry.
No,
I don't know
talking.
how he does it.
Both.
I don't know how he does it.
He be talking. That's what he.
Okay? Maybe he talks his way
Exactly.
through the cap. I don't know how he does
like,
it. He is a businessman, is Jerry Jones.
You know what?
He knows how to play with that
I'm not
cap.
really big into giving discounts, especially to people that doesn't deserve it.
Yep.
If this was the New England Patriots and they had this problem, maybe I could say, look, guys, you know what? I'm trying to keep all this thing together. We can keep it running. You got one playoff win. So?
These are the soon-to-be Patriots right here.
You know what, Skip Bayless? Okay.
What have I always told you about Dak? Brady-esque.
Hold on, time out.
Brady-esque.
Wait a minute.
Soon to be
I'm waiting.
Patriots.
When do I see Coach Belichick? Who's Coach Belichick? Who coming to coach? Going to be Coach Belichick.
We don't need a coach.
Which one?
We coach ourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Jerry Jones, Mr. Kraft. Jerry Jones, Mr. Kraft.
I'll take Jerry.
You know what, Skip?
I
Man,
will.
you ought to be ashamed of yourself. You Skip.
Mr. Kraft ought to be ashamed of himself.
I ain't going there.
Okay, you opened the door, I ran through it.
I don't know. I don't know anything about that. I don't read the papers anymore. And if that story comes on, I turn the channel.
Yeah.
Skip, you ought to be ashamed.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. You know this. These got. Stephen Jones said he heard someone say, no, you didn't. You heard me say it, that when you draft well, you have that luxury, Skip. You hope that you hit it out the park in the draft picks like they done. But you know it's a blessing and a curse. You know it's going to cost you.
I'll take the blessing.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to take.
Okay. Now with the blessing, now you need to bless us.
Yep. Okay.
It's better to give than receive.
Jerry will figure this out. This is what he does best.
What does he do?
The rest of it, I don't know about.
Hold on. What does he do? What does he do best?
Capology. And interpersonal relationships with football players. That's what he does. They're all his sons.
You do realize you've only run like 3 playoff games since you
I don't
last Super
care.
Bowl.
That's distant history.
Okay.
We're talking about now.
Okay, so when the last? So when you gonna win a Super Bowl?
Soon.
No, I'm gonna win it soon.
I don't know. I need to see who they pull off here. Who are they going to sign?
These guys are already under contract, so they don't need to sign anybody.
Well,
I'm talking about right now.
I need to know who's ready to play next September. What's the team?
Is
Eric Berry on the team? Is Randall Cobb on the team?
Hold on. They weren't there last year. You said you got all these great guys right here, right now.
Really good. We're poised to take off.
So Super Bowl?
Yeah. Maybe.
100 cases of you guys don't make the Super Bowl.
Okay, I'll take that bet
100.
in September. I'll take that bet.
Skip.
I need to see who's on my team.
Y'all not going to no Super Bowl.
I need to see what happens.
Heard it here
Y'all
first.
might be in Miami,
It
but
would be
you're
your
on vacation.
worst
Patriots.
nightmare.
It would
worst
be.
nightmare.
But I don't dream anymore.
Keep
So
hating.
I don't
I'll
think
stay
he'll
awake.
show up for
I'll stay awake
a
for
long
3 weeks
time.
straight.
All right, Shannon.
Ridiculing.
We got to talk
Cowboys,
about
the Spurs.
his other team.
Yeah, keep
yes,
ridiculing.
the Spurs. Are you going to jump on that bandwagon?
No,
Yeah.
See what they
no,
did last
absolutely
night?
not.
No mercy.
Well, how about this? Skip, Spurs are on fire right now. They beat the Warriors last night, 111-105 for their 9th straight win. DeMar DeRozan led the way with 26 points. After the game, Steve Kerr said the Spurs out-executed and out-coached coached them. So, Skip, how dangerous are the Spurs in the West?
Say it again, Jenny. On fire! We are on fire!
They are.
Would you believe as recently as February 6th, my Spurs went up to Golden State and lost by 39 points? And look at us now. Go, Spurs, go!
Okay. Okay.
That guy, that number 2 up in Toronto.
You know his name.
Good riddance to him. Okay. We don't need him. We are better off with DeMar DeRozan.
Really?
Who's turned into one of the clutchest closers in pro basketball. I'll take DeMar in the fourth quarter over that guy in L.A. What's his name?
Don't do that, Skip.
LeBron.
Skip, don't do that.
The faux goat.
You remember what happened to him? Swept.
No.
You remember when he was swept in Toronto twice?
You know what? I'll take DeMar DeRozan and Jakob Poeltl over that number 2 up in Toronto, because those are the 2 players we got back in the trade for him. And you remember what happened last year? Number 2 quit on the San Antonio Spurs and forced his way out of San Antonio up to Toronto. And what happened again last night? How sweet it was last night, because what was going on with the Toronto Raptors last night? Kyle Lowry's got 2 ankle sprains. Both ankles are having problems right now. Right. And what happened? Number 2, once again, opted not to play for Toronto.
That was a team decision.
Team decision. So wait a second. So he's now missed 20 games? That's impossible. He's missed 20 of their 71 games. That's more than a quarter of the season. That's 28% of the season that number 2 has chosen not to play for Toronto. So he the North, but he chooses not to play.
Skip.
Love that.
Skip. Is load management.
Load management. So, what did we see? What a sweet night it was in San Antonio last night. That's 11 in a row at home. That's 9 straight overall wins. And that was the DeMar DeRozan show in the fourth quarter, because here came Golden State. And they tried. They made a run that would just level most basketball teams, even at home. And they made 4 threes, did Golden State in the fourth quarter. And what happened? Can we see the DeRozan shots that he hit? Did you see this one? Wow, that's another one. But he made 2 shots on Klay Thompson.
He gave Klay the business last night.
Here we go.
Klay the business last night.
Watch this a little. He doesn't have a step back. He's got a step right. That's what he does. Step right. That was right in Klay's grill. Big 2. That stopped a rally. And here we go again. That's the same shot. And then he's got one on the baseline where he wheels and deals on Klay. Yeah. This is a huge shot, because this is only a 4-point game at this point. Boom! And I must admit, I never loved DeMar DeRozan, but now I'm in love with him, because he has taken over fourth quarter after fourth quarter in their 9-game streak. He and Demarcus. The other guy?
No, LaMarcus.
LaMarcus, yeah. They're both
unbelievable.
They're both number 1 in fourth quarter clutch points over this stretch.
That mid-range game by LaMarcus.
So what do I think? How dangerous are my Spurs? They can now beat any team in the West in a playoff series except Golden State, but I do give them a shot against Golden State, because that was a big win last night. And by the way, Derek White, R.C. Buford just does it again and again. He picked Derek White with the 29th overall pick. He's turned into a star. I got to tell you, he did a number on Steph Curry last night.
He aggravated.
Steph Curry shot 18 threes last night, which is the 6th most of his career. 20 is the most he's ever shot in a game. See what he had? 6 of 18. That'll work.
That 9 of 25.
Okay, 9 of 25. And that had a whole lot to do with Derek White. And again, can anybody stop Steph? No, nobody can stop him. But at least Derek White can bother him, which gives you a chance against Golden State. So I'm loving this team. I'm loving the chemistry. I'm loving the fact that they have now vaulted over the 9-game streak to number 1 in points allowed. So they're back to playing defense. The whole year, Mr. Sharpe, they have led the NBA in 3-point percentage shooting. And the whole year, they have led the NBA in free throw shooting. Will those 2 things work? Yes,
work.
They will. Thank you very much. Very dangerous, Jenny. Thank you very much for asking.
Not at all.
Very dangerous.
Could they win a first-round matchup? Yeah. If they get Portland, sure, they could beat Portland. They could probably beat OKC.
Yeah, they could probably beat Houston.
Get out.
Yeah.
You know, if it wasn't your show, I would ask you to leave.
Hey.
You ruined every conversation.
Put Derek White on that MVP, and let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Seriously.
Do I need to get you tested?
No, I'm just telling you, this team can defend.
I think you partake.
Listen, this team has always done very well on James Harden. Done very well. They know how to play James Harden in playoff games.
Okay, let me try this again. Jenny, they're not that dangerous at all. Could they win a first-round matchup? Sure. The playoffs are all about matchups, who you get, when you get them. Could they beat, let's just say for the sake of argument, could they beat Portland? Sure, they could probably beat Portland.
Keep going.
Maybe Utah.
Keep going.
Clippers? OKC, the Clippers. Yeah, you get a matchup like that. Favorable. Sure. Okay. Sure.
Houston?
But
sure.
Where does it end?
Yeah.
Why you keep doing that?
Denver? Yes.
No.
They just beat Denver.
Okay, Skip, that's one game. Okay, they beat Golden State one time, and now you think they can take 3 more games off them.
Maybe.
No, maybe. Stop it. I'm going to give Pop credit to do what he's done with this team. You lose Kawhi, who was a top 5 player when healthy, and to replace him with DeMar DeRozan, and to have this team playing as well as he does, it's unbelievable. He should get more consideration for Coach of the Year. He's not, because he's Greg Popovich. This is what you expect of him. Yada, 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 I get it. But he's done an unbelievable job. I will give DeMar DeRozan some credit. I did not see that. Well, let me take that back. He's been an all-star, so clearly he can play. But I haven't seen him play like this come playoff time when they need him to play like this.
In Toronto, you're right. San Antonio, different story.
He's played unbelievable. Derek White, as you mentioned, he's been, because you were counting on Murray. Murray gets hurt early, and White
Can you imagine if they had DeJounte Murray and Derek White in their backcourt?
Well, you wouldn't know.
You know, Clay and Steph would be like, uh-oh, can we score?
You know.
I'm serious. They can defend like crazy. This will be the best defensive backcourt in the league next year.
How about this, Skip? I'm going to give you this. They can win a first-round series as long as the series is not Houston, not Golden State, not the Nuggets. I believe they can beat any of the other 5 or 4 teams that make it. I believe they can beat them in a series. They can't beat those 3 teams. Now, if you expect Clay to shoot 5 of 18, if you expect Steph to shoot 9 of 25, and KD had a quiet ho-hum, uneventful 24.
That's what happens when you're the best player in basketball. You score a quiet 24, right?
No, the best player in basketball had 33, 8. We're not talking about that.
You almost stuck your finger out.
I'm just saying, this is what I'm saying.
Yeah, he got blocked, full hand blocked by Hazonia. Go ahead.
The thing that makes Golden State, no team in the history of the game has ever had their third option be able to go get you 60. Now, we've seen third options be able to go get you 40. Get you 60, the third option can go get you 60. I'm not counting on Steph Curry going 9 of 25 very often. I'm not counting on KD only getting up 19 shots. KD didn't shoot. In the fourth quarter, KD did not shoot. He had 3 shots. They got the rebound, kick it back to him, he missed it again. Got the rebound, kick it back to him, he missed it again. He missed like 3 consecutive shots. Do you expect Kevin Durant to do that very often? I do not. Now, you keep asking for trouble, see? See, you the type guy, you like to borrow trouble. Trouble ain't bothering you, but you will borrow it anyway.
Yeah.
Now, you're going to talk up on a butt whipping.
When I borrow it, it ain't trouble anymore.
Yeah, oh, yes, it will. You're going to talk up on a butt cutting.
Yeah.
Now, you mess around and grab Golden State and come playoff time when they're going to be amped up, knowing that there's a good chance KD's not coming back. They want to go out with a bang, and they're going to put futsal in you. So leave that alone. Hope you get Portland. Hope you get OKC or the Clippers or the Jazz. But leave them alone.
I've told you all year, Golden State's a troubled basketball team, and it started with that flashpoint on the bench against the Clippers.
You will be in trouble.
When Draymond and KD went at it.
Okay.
Right? And they never quite recovered from that, to me. And they showed you the last 2 games, the previous 2 games, at Houston, at Oklahoma City. No KD, we're going to show you what we can be without him, because he's got, quote-unquote, 1 foot out the door.
Well, you're about to see what you can do without him for 82 games come next year.
All right. Well, that's what they're saying. Watch us now. Last night, Demarcus Cousins did not play, had some ankle issue. Got it MRI'd. It seems like it's okay. Can they still blend him in? They went and got Bogut, which I thought was a huge, great pickup for them, because he can still rim protect like crazy, and he was good last night.
Yeah, but the thing is, I think they got Bogut, Skip, in case Boogie gets in trouble.
Yep.
Now you got somebody to battle Capella. Now you got somebody that can battle Nene, battle Fareed.
You got a defender.
Yeah,
you got a guy who doesn't care about scoring.
Right.
You don't have to go through him to score baskets.
And that's 6 fouls.
Okay.
So he's not an offensive threat, but you got somebody that can protect the paint, protect the rim. But are you counting on Steph and Clay going 14 or 43 4 times in the series?
No, but a couple of times, and all of a sudden it's a game. Am I going to count on my team? They didn't shoot the ball very well either. They made 10 threes, 10 out of 26. That's 39%, but usually they make more than that.
How many, let's say in the last 5 minutes of a tough game, if they were to meet this team in the playoffs, do you think DeRozan's going to go 4 out of 5 in contested shots like he did last night?
Every game. He's been doing it all year long. So is Derek White. Derek White is hugely clutch.
Skip.
And you know what? LaMarcus has turned clutch.
LaMarcus is good, but we'll see come playoff time. Because you remember he had that big monster game early. That one time he dropped 40 in the first game, and then he disappeared. The biggest magician in the world. I thought it was Copperfield. Didn't see him again.
You know who has led the whole NBA in three-point shooting much of the year? He's now just a tick into second place.
Bertans.
Davis Bertans. Guess how the Spurs acquired him? R.C. Buford managed to get for number 2. Remember they acquired number 2.
Skip.
They got number 2 and Davis Bertans for George Hill, the immortal George Hill, to whom LeBron passed the basketball.
He in Milwaukee now.
Huh?
He in Milwaukee playing very little because they don't want him to mess up their chemistry.
Okay, so you lost number 2, but you got back, obviously, you got that guy. Yeah, you
who, Kawhi?
Yeah, huh? That guy.
You know his name.
Yeah.
You know his name.
But my point is, you still have DeRozan and Pirtle, and you have Davis. Those are all part of that.
First of all, stop talking about Pirtle. Jakob Pirtle is not enough.
He is so good that they allowed Pau Gasol just to go on up to Milwaukee. That's how good he is.
Yeah.
You got to watch them. I know you say they're like broccoli,
but
you got to watch them.
Worse than broccoli.
They were fun to watch last night. Patty Mills, he just comes.
Skip, look, they had it going last night.
Yep.
Every time the Warriors made a run, it seems like somebody was hitting a clutch shot to snuff it out. Okay, I'm gonna give you that, but Skip, that's one game. You do understand to dethrone that team up in the Bay, you got to take them down 4 times in 2 weeks.
Yep. You know who I love watching make threes as much as Steph and Clay?
Who?
Bellinelli.
Oh, my God.
He makes threes. He makes shocking threes.
He does.
Fall down, fall away.
Falling out of bounds, he does.
On the move, just falling forward.
He hit one that snuffed out a run last night at the top of the key.
And I'm like, huh? Every time he shoots it, I'm like, no, don't. Yes.
Yes, actually do it.
Yes.
But stop asking for trouble, Skip. Now they ain't bothering nobody.
For it.
No. They not bothering anybody. They in a little in flux right now. They got a little thing going on that they need to clear up. Now you gonna keep asking, keep jugging, and say, oh yeah, I want them. Be careful. You remember Vanderbilt? We want Alabama. Ooh, we want Alabama.
That was ancient history.
You got Alabama. What happened?
Yeah.
We want the Warriors. Okay. You're going to get exactly what you're looking for.
You just compared the Spurs to Vanderbilt football? Really?
Yep.
I don't think I was around for that.
Yep. Huh? Yep. And the Warriors, yes, exactly. Now, they sweep y'all.
That was a Jalen Hurts game, and it got so out of hand. That's the first time I ever saw Tua play. And he just lit up the Commodores in relief.
That ain't saying much.
Not fair.
They could have put me in there.
Okay.
They'll sweep y'all.
Yeah.
The Warriors in the playoffs gonna sweep you.
Okay, I got it right now. If it comes to that, I'll take 5 cases right now. I'll take it. Do you want it?
No, you know what? That'll take too long.
Oh.
Vacuum.
Oh, vacuum.
Oh, no sweeping.
Yeah.
So it'll
sweep and take them.
Oh, so you're predicting it'll end in 3 games?
Yeah, 3.
They'll just call it off?
Well, the first 2 gonna be in Golden State. They'll beat you by 25, beat you by 30. They'll just cancel the last 2.
Huh.
We've always played really well at Golden State.
I don't care how you play.
Really well.
No, you didn't. You lost by 39.
Well, that was the last. That was when we were struggling.
And you remember when you had number 2? If number 2 would have been healthy, you might have could have took him down.
Maybe.
Well, with
he's
the win.
Long gone and forgotten.
No, he's not forgotten.
Yep.
He got a banner hanging up there. And he won the MVP. And he won Defensive Player of the 2 Defensive Player of the Year, Skip. And that's how you do that, man? You forget him just like that?
He did us.
He was hurt.
Quit.
He was hurt.
Yeah, he had a thigh bruise.
He's
still got a thigh bruise.
Tendinosis.
Still
got
recovering.
one. Yeah.
It's one of
it's
those
unbelievable.
It's
one of those nagging,
lingers.
you know.
I know his doctor. Say he got tendinosis.
Really?
Now you know.
I do know.
Oh, interesting.
No mercy.
What is going on with the Giants? Odell Beckham Jr. was traded to the Browns last week, and the team picked up Eli Manning's $5 million roster bonus, which basically ensures the 38-year-old quarterback will be the starter next season. Yesterday, GM Dave Gettleman addressed all of the criticism. Let's take a listen.
After much discussion, we just believed this was in the best interest of the New York Football Giants.
I want everybody to know this was purely a football business decision. There's no intrigue. There's no he said, she said, none of that stuff. So let's not waste time with those types of questions after the fact. This narrative that Eli's overpaid and can't play is a crock. I'm telling you. So at the end of the day, you guys got to say Gettleman's out of his mind, or he knows what he's talking about when he evaluates players. That's really what it is. That's really where it's at. And I'm okay if you disagree with me. That's fine. Really and truly, very honestly, it's not my responsibility to tell you guys what I'm doing. Just like it's not my responsibility to respond to every rumor that comes down the pike. That's not my job, okay? It's not my responsibility. Trust me, we got a plan.
Okay, Shannon, can you see a plan for the Giants?
I do. Okay. I really do, Jenny. It's called failure. That's the plan that I see on the horizon for the Giants. And when I wish he would stop saying the New York Football Giants, it's the New York Giants.
That's what they say in New York.
I don't
Trust me. That's what they all say.
That's what fans say.
You know, I worked with a lot of Giants fans at ESPN, and that's all they say. That's what New York Football Giants.
But he shouldn't be saying that unless he's a fan. But he's making decisions like he's a fan.
Yeah, he sounds like he's a New York fan, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And here's the thing. He said they made him an offer that they couldn't refuse. Skip, he make it seem they got 2 first-rounders, 2 twos, and a 3rd rounder for Odell. Dude, you got a 1st and a 3rd. Roy Williams went for 2 ones.
I told you, Jabril Peppers can play. He's going to make some Pro Bowls for the New York Football Giants.
Yep, and then hold on.
Okay.
You didn't hear the rest of the interview. He said we're going to bring Jabril Peppers along slowly. For what?
I don't know.
He's in his 3rd year. Oh, you're going to bring him along slowly because of that mistake of you letting Landon Collins go? But that's not what we want to talk about, Skip Bayless. We want to, because he pointed out Eli.
Oh, yes,
this notion that Eli Manning is overpaid and washed up is a crock. If you believe, see, he and Giants management, I think the fans realize what Eli is. They keep trying to recreate, Skip, these 2 magical playoff runs. Now, it's been a decade since Eli had that magical playoff run that culminated in the ending in the house that Peyton built when he took down Tom Brady again. Now, it's been almost a decade, Skip Bayless.
Yep.
Since then, they have yet to win the division. Since then, they have yet to win a playoff game. But I'm supposed to believe that after watching him over the last 8-9 years, he's going to recreate this magic. Dave Gettleman, you full of caca if you believe Eli Manning is going to take you where you need to go. If I'm Saquon Barkley, I'm looking at him twisted. Because guess what that means, Skip? They about to put 400 touches on this young man. He had, 80 catches last year? Oh, he going to get 100, along with 300-plus carries. That's all they got.
Yep.
I get it. You signed Golden Tate. Golden Tate is not the deep threat Odell. Eli couldn't get him the ball anyway, so it might work well. Odell might look better in the Giant uniform because he couldn't get Odell the ball anyway. And people are like, look at all those catches Odell making. Odell's making those catches out of necessity. You see how Eli be throwing the ball? Odell put on the show in pregame, Skip. He just showing off. But when he does that in the game, he has to make catches like that because Eli throwing those wobblers in behind him in between his legs. How else he going to catch the ball? Dave Gettleman need to stop with this foolishness. Eli Manning is not going to take you anywhere because why hasn't he in the last 9 years, Skip? This is what we know. Now, we can get into all this, well, Eli isn't overpaid, or we can get into this where his place is in history. But this is what we do know for fact. Not conjecture, not innuendo, not speculation. Since Eli Manning last won a playoff game, which was the Super Bowl, 2 head coaches and the general managers have lost their job. True. That's fact.
Wow. Yep.
Now, Dave Gettleman, you can come up here all you want to and talk about Eli's not overpaid. We got a plan. They made us an offer we can't refuse. But Eli Manning has cost 2 head coaches and a general manager their jobs.
True.
And guess what? Play him, keep playing him. And he's going to cost you yours too.
Okay, I hear everything you just said. And I will agree, there appears to be no plan, especially at the most important position, quarterback. I don't know where they're heading there. I don't know what's the exit strategy from Eli, because I can't see one.
No.
Is it true. Josh Rosen? Do you go get Josh Rosen? Is that it?
But that's the thing, Skip.
Because there have been reports that they're shying away from Dwayne Haskins at 6. Right. So no Dwayne Haskins, and what? What are you going to do?
If you don't have a plan at that position, all the rest of your plans are futile.
Okay, I would agree with that. So I must say I did like what Dave Gettleman said yesterday to the New York media, the toughest media to deal with. I liked the way he laid it on the table. And remember, Dave Gettleman helped build the Carolina Panthers into a Super Bowl team. You have to give him, he helped get them to a Super Bowl, right? So he just lays it out for them by saying, so at the end of the day, you have to say Gettleman is out of his mind, or he knows what he's talking about when he evaluates players, because that's what it's going to come down to. That's sink or swim for this guy. That's fire or keep this guy, right? Because you'll see by the end of next year how the plan is manifesting itself or not.
Okay.
And yet, he makes an interesting point about Eli, and I'm not an Eli fan. I despise what he got away with in the 2 games against Brady, especially
what did he get away with?
The luckiest pass in the history of the Super Bowl, but I won't go there today. But the point is that he says, we were 13-3 the first year I took over. We were 5-11 last year, and 12 of those games were a touchdown or less. That is a true statement. So
who was 13-3?
3-13.
Oh, okay.
The first year.
Okay.
But then 5-11, and they had 12 winnable games that they did not win.
Everybody can say that.
Okay, I got it. But sometimes you're just getting blown out, and you're just a nightmare. You're just hapless, hopeless. But in this case, if you look at the second half of the year, Eli, and I'm just telling you the truth, he was pretty good over the second half of the year. And I watched this game because I think it was was it Monday night? I think it was, or Sunday. Maybe Monday night at San Francisco. Eli was really good in the fourth quarter of that game, and San Francisco was pretty good last year, and the Giants won that game 27-23, and Eli threw 3 touchdowns and no interceptions. And then they beat Tampa Bay at home. They lost at Philly 25-23, which was pretty good. Then they came home and beat the Bears. They beat the Bears pretty soundly, 30-23, and Eli, again, was pretty good in that game. Then they won at Washington big, 40-16, and then they lost their last 3. They lost badly to the Titans. They lost to the Colts by 1 point, and Dallas, remember that last game shootout? It was just crazy. Dallas didn't even need the game, but it was 36-35. So my point is, if you look at Eli's body of work over the last 8 games, it's decent. It's not awful. It was decent, just for the record. So what he's saying is, we're not paying him that much. He's going to be tied for 12th in salary next year. So is he kind of a bargain for what?
When you look at what some of the quarterbacks won that's not as accomplished as Eli.
Right.
Okay, but my thing is, Skip, forget if he's overpaid or underpaid. The fact of the matter is that's your quarterback, and you're saying we can win Super Bowls with him at the helm.
Because they can't. They might be able to get through and be respectable next year with him, but then what? I don't know what.
And see, a lot of that stuff with Eli, he dumping it down to Saquon. Saquon juking 18 people, breaking 15 tackles, and Eli got a 30-yard completion.
But remember, he just screamed to you addition by subtraction on Odell. And it was his choice or somebody's choice in that organization to pay Odell, and then it was probably Gettleman's choice to say, we can't win with this guy.
No, it was the same people that said pay him was the same people that said get rid of him.
Okay,
you know with that kind of money, Skip, and you trade that guy because he's the face. For better or for worse, he was the face of your franchise.
He was. I agree.
And they didn't like the face that was being put on their franchise.
They did not.
So you know how they, Skip, John Mara's dad, Mr. Mara, Wellington Mara, old school. That's not what they want.
No. Which is why I was shocked they gave him that much money to start with.
Unless, now you can wreak havoc and wreak hell like one guy, they're going to keep you. That was LT.
I know.
Because the stuff that LT was doing compared to what Odell Beckham.
I agree.
He a saint.
Gettleman said, over time, you'll see. Trust me. Trust me on the matter.
Yeah, I would see he gonna be an analyst for us in about 2 years. He'll be sitting right there. He's gonna be sitting right there.
Yep.
I don't know if that's in the master plan.
Yeah, no, he's gonna be sitting right there.
Okay, well,
all
trust me.
All I know is I need 2 W's next year against the New York Giants, and I got them. Thank you very much.
Eli, the quarterback, you got him.
I got him.
So I'm telling you, don't ask me, do I want him to do? I'm not betting on the Giants, so I don't care. So don't ask.
2 wins against the Giants, 2 against Washington, 2 against Philly, and walk it to them.
No.
I got.
You get swept.
That would be 6-0. I think we're in a good spot.
The Eagles will sweep you next year.
What? Right now?
No, I got to make sure he's healthy. I got to make sure he's healthy. If he's healthy, y'all getting swept.
Can't
swept.
I can't wait for this.
Swept.
You're already feeling good.
can taste the dew already.
Is that what it was?
Yep.
Okay, I can tell you that these guys are fired up for this next topic. Skip and Shannon will give their all-time NBA starting fives. Interesting. That's next.
Your guy might not be on it.
No mercy. Hey, how about this? Last week, Skip got thousands of questions for his Troller Coaster segment, and one of the most interesting was from Isaiah in New Jersey. I hope he's watching, who asked Skip, who would you put in your all-time starting five lineup in the NBA? Now, this isn't necessarily the best players at each position, but if you had one game to win, who would be your five guys?
It's
so I will start
nailed it. That's
with
perfect.
Shannon. Well, it's important.
It's close.
One game.
What?
One game.
Wait. What?
We got a lot of Lakers. There's a lot of Lakers in this starting lineup. I'm just saying. Well, actually, you know, I got to have a man to run the point. I'm going to go with the greatest point guard of all time, and Irving Magic Johnson. We need a two guard. We need somebody that can fill it up if we need to. He can ISO. He got a post-up game. Ooh, play defense. I need all that.
Okay.
I'm going with one Michael Jordan.
What?
Let me finish this. This is my list.
Shannon first.
You've been bashing him for years.
I know, they ain't bashing. And then I'm going to go with the greatest power forward of all time, a 15-time all-defensive first and second team, two-time league MVP, finals MVP, one time, the big fundamental.
I thought you hated the Spurs. You have ridiculed
I'm
Tim
trying
Duncan.
to win a game.
You're saying you can't watch him. He's the boringest superstar ever, and you're putting him in your starting lineup?
I'm trying to win a game.
Oh, then maybe I was right all along about the Spurs.
Oh, and then I got to go with the other guy. You know what? This guy was very underrated, Jenny, as a defensive guy. The one, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, 11-time all-defensive first and second team. He led the NBA in blocks 4 times, 6 MVPs, 6 chips. I got to go with him. But I need a 3. I need a 3. I need a small forward.
Really?
And I need somebody that not only could, in their prime, sit in that chair for 40 minutes, take guard 1 through 5. I need a guy, can play above the rim, can make plays, triple-double threat every night. Greatest player that ever walked the earth. Yeah, man.
Really?
Don't do this, Skip. Let me have my moment. When you talk about band, they say it in the Paleolithic time. You know, that was Fred Flintstone. That was when he was around. They had dinosaurs. The baddest dinosaur was what, Skip? T-Rex. You got to have old T-Rex. He coming out last. You know, you introduce your starting lineup, Skip, and this guy.
He's last.
He coming out last.
Wait, I got to ask. Did T-Rex ever get a shot blocked by Mario Hazonia?
Yeah, T-Rex had little arms.
Seriously?
T-Rex had little arms.
Little arms,
Yeah,
short arms, that's
so
it. That's it. And so he did this, and it's like, I got my shot blocked.
Skip Bayless. Jenny said, okay, I've tried to win a game, and that's mine. I got Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, Tim Duncan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and LeBron James.
Did I hear Kobe Bryant in there?
You sure did not.
I did not hear Kobe Bryant.
You sure did not.
I thought I didn't. So I'm about to, on the fly, off the cuff, make one change to the starting five that I used on Troller Coaster last Friday. Okay. But I'm going to make it because I've heard your starting five, I just want to win this all-time championship game. So I'm going to make one change, and I'll get to it in my last player, okay?
Okay.
But I am also taking the greatest point guard ever to start my team with, and that is Magic Johnson. Unfortunately, your guy LeBron is really just a point guard. He needs the ball in his hands. He always has the ball in his hands. So wait a second. If I have Jordan and Magic, wait a minute. Where's the ball going to go? LeBron needs the ball.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
He don't have it.
So he doesn't fit in my starting lineup. I'm sorry, because I want Magic. Greatest winners intangibles ever this side of Michael Jeffrey Jordan. So I got Jordan on one wing, and I got Kobe Bryant on the other wing, and you're going to have a hard time with my two wings because they are the cold-bloodedest basketball assassins who ever walked on a court. They have killer will, both of them. They are going to look to destroy your team, and I don't know who you're going to put on Kobe then.
Bron.
Bron's on Kobe? Oh, Kobe's going to torch him. He's not quick enough.
Okay, what is Kobe going to do against Bron?
He'll be just fine.
No, he won't be just fine. No, he won't be just fine.
What are you going to do? Post up LeBron? Is that how you're going to do it?
We're going to give him the business. Okay, you only got 2 players. You got 3. You got Magic, Kobe, and Jordan.
Yep, and I'm good right there. I could just stop. Once I got the real 23, the game's over.
I bet you got Shaq.
But you also have him on your side, so that's a problem.
Yeah.
So I'm also going with the greatest power forward ever, who's actually a center, but that guy
he's a 4.
But he was actually a 5. He's 7 feet tall, and his name is Tim Duncan, and he's the greatest passing big man ever, so I got that. And now I come to my big change.
Okay.
This is to counteract Kareem. Yes, sir. I'm going with Shaquille O'Neal.
I know you would.
Because I always said that when I pick my all-time rankings, I always put Shaq a little ahead of Kareem. Because if I think head-to-head, one-on-one, Shaq in his prime versus Kareem in his prime, I got to tell you, I think Shaq would ragdoll Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Seriously, prime versus prime. Shaq, what did he weigh? 3-something? I don't know. 320?
Between 3 and 320.
He, again, wasn't fun to watch, wasn't pretty to watch, but he was simply the most overpowering offensive basketball force I ever saw. Impossible to referee and impossible to guard. You just couldn't keep him from the rack.
You know what now? I'm going to change mine. You know what?
You're going to change?
I'm making a substitution.
I don't know if that's allowed in the game.
I don't think it is.
Yeah, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to send Tim Duncan to the bench.
You are?
Yep.
Huh.
And?
I'm taking Akeem Olajuwon.
You're taking Akeem? Where did that come from?
Because I need somebody to counteract Shaq.
Okay.
Because you remember what Akeem did to Shaq.
Yeah, Akeem weighs like 230.
That's okay.
Okay.
Do you remember what he did to Shaq in Orlando? Do you remember that?
That was a long time ago.
That was Shaq in his prime.
Okay. No, it wasn't.
Kicking him.
He hadn't arrived yet.
Okay.
That was baby Shaq.
Ask Shaq, who gave him the most problems in his NBA career.
Well, I agree Shaq would have a hard time guarding Akeem.
But here's the thing, though, Skip. I grant it would be tough for Kareem because it wasn't like Kareem. We had Kareem out here. Kareem is still a thin man. You can imagine what he was like in his 20s and 30s. But, Skip, he wasn't stopping that sky hook. That's the most unstoppable shot in the history of the NBA. Shaq might get 40, but Kareem going to get 50.
50? So you're just going to pump it into Kareem every time?
I need that.
So you got LeBron and Jordan and Magic, and they're just watching Kareem go one-on-one?
Hey, throw that sky.
Really?
Hey, Skip, you know he throw that sky hook.
Yeah. Well, I thank you for leaving me Tim Duncan because he's my guts and glue of my group because you got a bunch of egos on the floor and you only have one basketball, but Tim Duncan will ultimately share the basketball, all-time share
What Olajuwon, he's a peaceful man.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
I'm gonna ride with Olajuwon. But there's a lot of Lakers up there, Skip. There's a lot of Lakers up. All of them.
Yep.
Look at them.
Well, but you
know what? You keep on talking, I might take somebody else off that, Skip.
I know,
Don't make me.
But wait a second. The guy on the far right does not qualify as a Laker.
Why
Am I right?
Yeah, he does.
He hasn't earned the stripes yet.
Yeah, he earned it.
He has not earned the right to wear purple and gold.
I mean,
especially as an all-timer. He's got to wear a Cavaliers uniform. We should have a Cavaliers uniform.
No, we should not have no.
Yes, we should.
No, we don't do that.
He is a Cavalier at heart.
Can I ask you a question? Are we going to play by 2018-19 rules? Or we going to play by? Because if we don't, I'm going to redo my whole lineup. Really? I'm going to take Jordan. I'm going to take LeBron, and I might get James Harden, Steph Curry. I might give me some more players, Skip, with the three-point shot.
We're playing by 2,000 rules.
Just okay, so the
Shaq rules. Shaq rules.
Yeah, so because the three-pointer was still not that big of a deal.
It wasn't that prevalent.
But Skip, that roster I got.
I think I would beat you by 20, maybe.
You crazy.
Yeah.
I got Jordan. I picked first.
Well,
you got
Jordan
Kobe.
play for both teams.
You got Kobe. I gave you Kobe.
Yeah. If I got Kobe and Jordan, you're going to lose. You're just going to lose.
All I know, and didn't see a whole lot of this, but I just remember my last impression of Magic Johnson going against Michael Jordan was Game 1 of the 1991 NBA Finals. And to Skip Bayless, if my memory serves me correct, and I know your memory serves you correct, can you tell the people at home, because a lot of them that watch our show, they were young, and some of them might not have been born in 1991. Can you tell them what Magic did to Mike?
1991?
Yeah, NBA Finals.
That was a breakthrough year.
NBA Finals.
Yeah.
A triple dub in Chicago Stadium. And in Game 2, what did Phil Jackson do? Put Scottie Pippen on Magic, and he picked him up 94 feet. But I don't even know why I brought that up, Jenny. That was none of my business. You didn't ask me that.
Maybe my memory's foggy, but didn't Jordan win Game 1 of that?
No, they lost.
Did they?
They lost.
I'm thinking of the up and under he did on.
He did it.
On
That's
Perkins.
what he did. That's what he did it.
Maybe
but they took the L. Because Magic was throwing that baby sky hook on him, was doing that right there, James Worthy. Take that.
You're right. I was there. I was in the front row.
So you saw that, Ed?
I did.
You saw that triple dub that Magic put on
I just remember what happened the rest of the series because it was kind of a mismatch. Because one team had 23 and the other team did not.
No, but you told me Michael, he was a defensive stopper. You put him on anybody. No, Phil put 6'7" in Scottie Pippen on Magic.
Well, who was the defensive player of the year one year? Michael Jordan.
1988, yeah.
The whole league, the best player in the
LeBron should have won it, Skip. You know he should have won it over Mark Gasol.
Really?
Yes.
I don't remember that.
You do remember that, the year he won the NBA. 2013,
so.
if I'm not mistaken.
I'm sorry, I don't remember.
You do remember it.
Yeah, all I can remember now is LeBron playing no defense.
So what about these 6
Is this like, do you want the current LeBron on your team? Is that what we're talking about?
First of all, I got Kareem.
Yeah.
I got Tim Duncan and Elijah one, so I'm good.
No, you don't have Tim Duncan.
I gave him back.
He's out.
I take Elijah one. I take Dream. Okay. Who gonna stop that dream shake? Who gonna stop the dream shake?
Probably Jordan will go get him.
Okay,
yeah, he will.
I wish in some fantasy world we could watch this happen because that was fun to listen to you guys go back and forth about it. All right, speaking of all those Lakers, well, behind me, could Doc Rivers be the Lakers' next coach? We'll discuss that with Chris Broussard next.
No mercy.
The Lakers season has been a complete disaster, and a lot of people are putting it on the shoulders of Luke Walton. He will likely be out at the end of this season, and Peter Vesey says they like Doc Rivers and would give him the job if he's interested. One problem, he's employed by the Clippers for 2 more seasons, and don't forget that LeBron is signed with the Lakers for 3 more seasons. We're joined by FS1 NBA analyst Chris Broussard. Chris, what is the better job for the next 3 years? Are you going with
Good question.
the Clippers? Are you going with the Lakers?
Well, obviously, you want to wait and see what happens in free agency, who each team gets. But right now, Clippers, I don't even think it's close. Front office, I got the great Jerry West, probably the greatest executive in NBA history. Not probably, certainly. Lawrence Frank has done a good job. Mike Winger, who they brought over from Oklahoma City with Sam Presti.
By the way, Doc lost his personnel decision making.
And that's when, and I thought Doc did a really bad job when they had their big 3, DeAndre Jordan, Blake Griffin, Chris Paul. Couldn't even get him past the 2nd round. Now that he's just focused on coaching, I think he's done a terrific job. He might be coach of the year. So with the front office is better, more stable. Genie's a fine owner, but Steve Ballmer is a really good owner. He's going to spend money. You know, he's enthusiastic.
That $38 billion, he got
right. He got plenty to burn. And then when you look at the rosters, which is key, that team has a bunch of hungry, hardworking role players who know who they are. They're not trying to be the stars. And I think if you get Kawhi Leonard, which most people think they will, they become Toronto. Because I think that's what Toronto has around Kawhi. They got a bunch of really good role players. I mean, Kyle Lowry's been an all-star here and there. But, you know, Montrezl Harrell, I like him. Lou Williams knows his role. Shea Gilgeous.
What a role that is.
Right. Just come in and shoot.
That's it. They got no other responsibilities.
And those are low-maintenance guys. They're all low maintenance. I don't know how you feel about Kawhi's maintenance, but I think it's low maintenance.
Load. Yeah. Load.
The Lakers, even if you get AD, which is a big if, LeBron historically, and this is when he was younger, it still took him the year 2 to win the championship because maybe it's the adjustment, other stars adjusting to LeBron, him adjusting to other stars. But Cleveland, they won in the 2nd year. Miami, they won in the 2nd year. So if it gets to the 2nd year, that's not to mention what are you going to put around Anthony Davis and LeBron. But if it gets to the 2nd year that AD is there, and then you're talking about LeBron in his 18th season. So now, how great is he? He'll still probably be really good, but how much decline will there be in year 18? So for those reasons, I think the Clippers is a better job.
It says, which is the better job over the next 3 years? Now, see, you said something very, very interesting. If the Clippers get Kawhi, if the Clippers get this.
The Lakers get AD.
Lakers already got LeBron. They already got a superstar.
Still don't look very good right now.
They don't look very good right now. But right now, over the next 3 years.
Year 17,
you feel
18.
comfortable saying that Clippers will have a better record next year? As we stand
right now?
Yeah.
I think the Lakers, if they don't add anybody, they're making the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that. But I'm talking about championship.
Yeah.
I think the Clippers is a better job.
The Lakers just on pedigree alone is a better job.
Of course, on that.
For me, I think LeBron will be able to attract. Now, whether or not they can get Anthony Davis, see, I still, what's going unnoticed is that we losing these games and our percentiles of getting old Zion, we march.
I thought we wasn't talking about who we getting.
What else would you do? Since you did that, and we gonna package it.
So now you got Zion.
Yeah, we gonna package it. Yep. Package old Zion and those 3 young players for Holiday and AD. That's what we gonna do for y'all Pelicans.
That'd be interesting.
That's what we gonna do for them. And guess what, Skip? We gonna be somewhere cutting down the nets. Do they cut down
the nets? Fantasy now. You getting Zion. Come on.
Do they cut down the nets in the NBA? We might. Well, we might.
Start? Okay.
Lakers is the better. Now, I would love to have Doc Rivers. I think this would be LeBron loved guys, the coach, that played the game. Doc played like 15 years.
Doc was good.
And he won a championship as a coach. So now most players, not all, most players have the utmost respect for guys that played, coached, and won. That's why Phil Jackson, that's why Pat Riley, although they were not great players, they played and they coached and they won titles. There's something to be said about that. So with that being said, I would love to have Doc. I don't see the Clippers letting him out of that deal, but the Lakers always going to be a shining star.
So this boils down for me to one question and one question only. If you are Doc Rivers and you are 57 years of age and you have coached as a head coach for 20 straight seasons, that's a long grind.
God,
if you have your druthers, and again, we don't know the X factor of who's going to get whom, right?
Correct.
But in the big picture, would you rather win one more championship for the Clippers or the Lakers? Because if you go to the Lakers and win a championship, but
I think it'd be huge.
But it would just be business as usual. It's just another Lakers championship. What would be huger would be to win a championship for the Clippers.
You mythical, Skip.
Okay.
Winning a championship with the Clippers.
I still think the Lakers.
Hey, what?
Just because
it's not like they haven't won them before.
It's been a while, and you do it with LeBron. That would be huge.
Okay, this is just me. I wouldn't wish coaching LeBron on any coach because I think it's really hard. It can be really good.
Even if he likes you.
I know. It's just hard. He is the drama king. It's just nightly. It's just wear and tear on your emotions because you have to take the bullets for him when he's in a bad mood. You have to just stand up there and take it from the media. And Luke Walton has done a great job of keeping a stiff upper lip this year. He hasn't cracked one time. I haven't seen him crack.
Prior to this year, he was the winning king.
Okay. All right. Well, that's fine. But now back to Jerry West. There's one man in all of pro basketball I do not bet against. I learned a long time ago. Jerry West helped build the Showtime Lakers and then the Shaq Kobe Lakers. And then he went to Golden State and he helped build these Warriors. He did. He was instrumental in it. And in between, he took a couple of years off and he went to Memphis and won Executive of the Year in the NBA in 2004. That's how great he is. He has 8 rings as an executive. Only 1 as a player. He's the logo. I don't get it, but somehow he's still the logo. But whatever.
He lost 8 too.
Okay? He did.
A different criteria back then.
This man has executive genius about him. And all of a sudden, Steve Ballmer's got him, and Doc is lucky to have him overseeing. Again, he's not hands-on, like you said, Lawrence Frank, but all the big picture decision-making, all the picking of the players, all the drafting of the players, that's all coming from Jerry West. I'm not going to bet against him. And if I'm Doc, I'm saying, I'm going to hang in here because not good things are about to happen, great things are about to happen. They just traded their best player, and I thought, well, that's the end of the Clippers this year. Tobias Harris goes to Philly, and what happened? They took off. They're going to lose their first-round pick, which they don't seem to value because they're going to go ahead and make the playoffs. They're on an astounding run. Everything is in place, and I disagree with you. If you want I know this is like the impossible dream. But if the Los Angeles Clippers won a championship before LeBron's Lakers did in the next 3 years, I know that seems, but we don't know how the chips are going to fall. And if they got number 2 up in Toronto, if he came to LA and Jimmy Butler came with him, then maybe you start to have something. If KD leaves Golden State, you don't know what might happen.
There's all types of openings for the Clippers. You know, it could be Kawhi and KD. There's talk around the league
got that
they don't.
Here we go.
Yeah,
We'll look out.
That those two may not want to play together. Yeah. What about Kyrie? It could be Kawhi and Kyrie.
Why you won't say Kyrie and LeBron?
Because I don't think Kyrie wants to go back and play. I think they're friendly now and they're cool, but I don't think he wants to go back and play there.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see it. But Kyrie's starting his own media company. He's got those same aspirations. Now, he could learn under LeBron, but he could want to come to L.A. and do it himself. Here, if the Lakers, the guy, with all due respect to Doc, the guy they really should be trying to poach from the Clippers is who you said, Jerry West. Yep. Jerry wanted to go there. He would have been happy to aid Magic.
I know, this feels like a spite move almost, like I'll go to the Clippers and I'll show you.
They didn't want Jerry West, believe it or not.
But wouldn't that
and that would help. LeBron would have the utmost respect for Jerry. Not that he doesn't have it for Magic and those guys, but he would have the utmost respect for Jerry West.
I don't know.
The thing with Doc, remember, Chris Paul loved Doc. He wanted Doc. He made sure the Clippers could get Doc, and then they fell out. You know, so I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
I loved when Doc was
We just had a little temporary setback. Okay. We had a momentary setback for a great comeback.
Okay, just remember, LeBron is not getting any younger.
I can't tell.
Not.
I can't tell.
Well, I can.
I can't tell.
You know what they should do? Put him next year, he'd just be a regular small forward. I think he could lead the league in scoring or challenge it.
Would he be happy with that?
I don't think he can control the game anymore like he used. He can get the numbers. He can still score, but can he control the game like he used to?
But you got to put him around players so he can control the game.
He used to be able to control it even without players, like against Golden State in the finals, 2015.
But those, you know
what I'm saying? And it would take the wear and tear off of him.
Right. The impact that he can impose on the game now is not what it used to be. So maybe we need, as the Eastern general manager said anonymously, he can't take 4 cadavers to the finals anymore.
No.
He needs some breathing human beings to get to the finals now, Skip.
He never took cadavers.
Cadavers.
When they met Golden State, now he didn't take cadavers. They had Kyrie and Love, but once they got hurt, it was some cadavers out there.
And then Kyrie got hurt the first game in overtime, like a minute into overtime. Kevin Love didn't even make it that far. And what about last year?
But what about when Kyrie won a championship for LeBron? Was he a cadaver? Was he breathing? Was he breathing? I don't know.
Why you keep doing that?
Did he have a pulse?
Second biggest shot in NBA history. I will give you that.
How about this, Chris?
Next to Ray.
LeBron James is the only man to lead the NBA Finals in every statistical category. If it's a category they record, LeBron James led in it.
And he's 3-6.
And he won it.
And he's
a triple-double in Game 7.
Unfortunately.
And got a high game 7
with the little jab.
We're not going to see
the little
more,
subtle
though.
jab.
Not this year.
For you, at 2, Jenny.
We got more to talk about with LeBron later. We're going to talk about some of his worst. He heard it. I just got to get it in. You guys talk over me. I got to make sure I remind you.
I'm done.
Occasionally, Chris, you're going to come back later, I think, for a little bit more LeBron. So we know Baker Mayfield and Dak are two of Skip's favorites, but who will have the better career? And then we will ask you too, Shannon. We'll tell you next.
No mercy.
Who will have a better career, Dak Prescott or Baker Mayfield? Dak has a 32-16 record in his first 3 seasons, plus a playoff win. On the other side, Baker had an impressive 6 wins as a rookie for a franchise that only had 1 win the previous 2 years. And he just got a new weapon in Odell Beckham Jr. So Shannon, who will have the better career? It's a good question, Dak or Baker?
Is this a trick? Oh, is this a trick question?
It isn't a trick. It's a real question.
Oh, that's my camera right there?
What are we worried about?
Baker.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Dak.
Stop.
I thought that's what you thought was a trick question.
Stop.
Seriously?
On his best day, he wish he could throw the ball like Baker Mayfield.
Really?
You ought to stop, Skip. Baker is already a better thrower of the football than Dak Prescott because he's had more practice at it, Skip. Basically his whole career, he's been in a passing style offense. So him throwing the ball down the field is second nature to him. That's not what Dak Prescott did at Mississippi State, Skip. He was in the zone read.
Well, he did it some. He did it enough. Go ahead. It wasn't like he never threw.
I mean, Tebow threw sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, he's a little further advanced than Tebow. Dak is.
I mean, his last college game, Tebow threw for 482 yards.
We're not to skip.
482?
You know what? I'm reclaiming my time. I need 32
Well,
seconds
you just
back.
said he's like Tebow. And I'm saying, well, Tebow.
I said a little higher than Tebow.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm taking Baker Mayfield because I think he throws the football better. He's more accurate than Dak. He throws the football. He ain't all about that dinking and dacking. He's getting big plays, and they just gave him a big play receiver, so he's going to have even more splash plays.
Yep.
Another thing that I like is I like John Dorsey. Because John Dorsey seems to be knowing what he's doing, and he's not going to be bothering Freddie Kitchens. He's going to hire Freddie Kitchens to be the chef. He's going to let him prepare the meal. He ain't going to be always tinkering like another general manager I know that Dak has to play for.
You might have a point there.
I got a bunch of points there. So anyway, I haven't seen the development yet, Skip, in 51 starts that I need to see from Dak Prescott of throwing the football down the field. He's very, very, very dependent on one Ezekiel Elliott to have ultimate success. So now, with it, can you imagine if old Baker had that? Woo-wee! Since he doesn't, he's just going to have to make do throwing the ball to Jarvis and OBJ and Higgins and Callaway and Njoku and let Chubb rock. And after this 8-game suspension, let old boy come back, Kareem Hunt come back and throw that sky hook spin on him.
Well, he might.
So Baker Mayfield by a long shot.
By a long shot.
Long.
That's interesting. My turn. As I said last Friday on Troller Coaster, this question is unfair for me.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't.
This is like asking me to choose between two of my children because they're both like my children to me because I do love them both. And I told you long before that draft.
Hazel or Ernestine.
Yeah, that's right. That's true. I said before that draft, long before, I'm taking Baker Mayfield #1 overall, and a lot of people laughed, and now I don't think they're laughing because he was the right choice for John Dorsey. And now John Dorsey's been proclaimed the GOAT of GMs, right? Because he picked Baker and he went and got Odell.
Yeah, he swindled the Giants out of Odell.
Okay, all right, so here we go. I will give you this. If I'm picking the more entertaining player to watch, it's not even close. It's Baker. I'm going to watch Baker over Dak all day and all night because he is the more spectacular thrower of the football. He is the crazier of the two because he's liable to try anything at any moment.
Ooh, look at that stuff.
And Baker Mayfield will talk trash to anybody.
Look at that throw right
there. There you go.
Ooh, on the move between two.
And you remember Baker, what he did to Hugh Jackson when he went to the Bengals? He's throwing touchdowns and running up the field pointing at him. And if Baker doesn't like what you're doing, he might go over on his sideline and disrespect you by grabbing his crotch. That's what he's capable of doing, right?
Yes.
Because that's what he is made of.
No, I ain't going to let you do all that double talking. That was not the question. Jenny said who would have a better career, Dak or Baker? Not the more entertaining career. Who would have the better career?
I have to give Baker his due.
Okay.
Now we're down to the bottom line, to this discussion. Dak will have more success as a starting quarterback than Baker Mayfield because Dak is better in so many bigger ways that count.
Like what?
They're subtle ways, but they're more important ways. Dak is just better. And I'm going to say these things again. Dak Prescott, first 3 years in the league, set the all-time completion percentage record. Nobody has completed a higher percentage of passes than Dak Prescott has for his first 3 years in the league. He has won the second most games over those 3 years to one Tom Brady up in Foxborough. And Dak Prescott has led the league in game-winning drives. So clutch factor, it's Dak because I'm not sure about Baker. I saw glimpses and flashes, and then I didn't see glimpses and flashes. I'm not sure about Baker yet there.
You shouldn't be sure about Dak.
I am totally sure because he led the whole league for 3 years in game-winning drives. And then who's more durable? Who's going to stay healthier between those two? I think it's the bigger man. It's the guy who can run with the football and make key plays with his legs. Not that Baker can't move around, but I'm not sure that what's Baker go, about 6 feet-ish?
Just 6.
6 feet?
Yeah.
And maybe he weighs 210 or 15. Dak's more 240, 250. Dak is incredible. I got to knock on wood, but he is incredibly durable.
I'll give you credit.
Okay,
Dak seems to be a little more sturdy because of the makeup and structure, but he can't throw the ball like Baker, and that's what it comes. You tell now. Every time, you know what, Jenny? If you didn't know better, you swear I never played. Because Skip tells me all the time, the most important position is what? The most valuable position is what? And what do you need to be able to do? Throw the football, Skip. You need to be able to throw the football. And this man, a rookie, is already ahead of your guy in year 3. So he's only going to get better.
Head-to-head against your guy. What's his name? Carson Wentz. W-I-N-C-E as in
that was not the question.
Ouch. Wentz.
You tried to hedge.
Yeah.
You tried to hedge.
Wait a second. Against your guy head-to-head at Jerry World last year in the fourth quarter and overtime when the stakes were the highest. This is for the division championship. My guy simply threw for 243 yards just in the fourth quarter and overtime.
And why?
Is that throwing the football?
If you don't mind me asking, if you don't mind me asking, why did he have to do that? Because he had turned it over. If he stopped throwing picks, he wouldn't have had to throw for 485. But it took a 485.
Who won the game?
Hold on. Who won the game? It took a 485 game from your quarterback, a 150-yard rusher, a 200 total yard offense, total offense from your running back, a 200-yard day from your receiver, and you still had to go to overtime. So, Baker just be dealing.
A guy who can't throw, quote unquote, said the Hall of Famer can't throw. Threw for 243, and you still think he can't throw?
All I know is my guy be in the kitchen. Old Baker be in the kitchen, cooking up them tubs.
In Freddie's kitchen?
Yeah, that old Freddie kitchen, old Baker. He got a baker in the kitchen.
Really?
Yeah. Hey, don't be using that, Cleveland. I'm suing. I copyrighted it.
I thought you liked Sam Darnold better than Baker Mayfield.
Hey, I'm trying to make some money on these T-shirts.
A while ago, right?
Now you're all in on Baker.
Cleveland has a baker in the kitchen. Hey, don't use that. You use it, I'm suing.
He's got a lot of cooking.
A baker in the kitchen.
Old Freddie kitchen.
I don't think anybody's going to steal that. I'm sorry, I don't think.
Watch he be serving up them touchdowns in the AFC North.
I like it.
He's going to win the division, too.
Yeah. Look, Baker's still got that self-destructive gene in him, like you can't quite trust, like you don't know, because I keep thinking of that video of him running from the cops in Fayetteville, Arkansas, getting thrown up against that retaining wall.
Yeah, he didn't get very far. Well, that's lucky. He's lucky that's all he got.
That is true. Somebody else might have got close,
exactly.
Right? I don't know.
You know what? I'm gonna see how this thing turn out. I might take Cleveland to have a better record than your Cowboys.
Really?
I'm just saying right now. That's in my heart right now.
I might take that bet.
That's in my heart right now. I got to see how this thing,
Okay. Well, let's angle toward that bet because I am sniffing do there.
I kind of like this
big
one.
do.
Oh, yeah, old Baker. Old Baker.
I think I might be on your side.
Yeah, look at Jenny say she's on my side, Skip.
I'm all in on Baker. I'm surprised by your answer, Skip, honestly.
Listen.
It's Cowboy.
Dak Prescott is the truth, and you have not seen it yet.
If Baker was in
can't
Dallas,
see the light.
He took Baker.
Hey, more dependable, both emotionally and strategically, is Dak Prescott. I'll take him. He is the alpha of this team. He is the face of the franchise. He is more trustable than Baker Mayfield is.
Baker. He can do right.
I want to watch Baker, but I trust Dak.
Well, you can watch him. Ain't gonna win. So my guy gonna win.
My guy just keeps winning divisions. I don't know. Is that good?
Keeps? I mean.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You keep? Well, you're not winning this year.
Well, he won 2 out of 3 and could have won 3
2 out of 4.
Yeah.
2 out of 4.
2 out of 4?
Yeah, he ain't winning this year.
You're going to lose a whole nother big old swimming pool.
Walker too, I'm going to be 100%.
Yeah. You know, that guy, he is shaky. And now he doesn't have that safety net, Nick Foles.
Ask the GMs, I guarantee you, they'll have Baker and Walker to him in front of Dak.
Really? I don't think Walker to him anymore. Yeah.
This is a big year for him. He needs to have.
Oh, you mean bounce it to him? I forgot about that guy.
No.
That guy.
Walk it to him, long handoffs. 40-yard handoffs.
You bet on the wrong horse on this one.
Nah.
Yeah.
I saw him a couple of years ago, Skip, run down there and just hand it to him.
Yeah.
50 yards away. I said, huh? That's how I got the name Walk It to him.
Really?
Just like a long handoff.
Really?
Your guy can't do that.
My guy's the truth.
No.
My guy's got several divisions and Super Bowls.
He ain't got no.
Yeah. You watch.
Baker gonna have a better.
I like hearing you sing Baker's name though. Yeah. It's
my guy.
fun.
He's gonna be my guy.
Do you know how much due Dak Prescott has won me already?
He gonna get it all back to you.
I got this.
Shannon, I promised you we'd be going back to LeBron, but I didn't tell you it'd be any fun. This season has been a low point for the King, but just how low we will discuss next.
Little low.
No mercy.
Bleacher Report released their list of LeBron's biggest career failures yesterday. The Lakers potentially missing the playoffs this season and ending LeBron's personal streak of 8 consecutive trips to the NBA Finals was 5th on the list. That was behind his 2010 Conference Finals loss to the Big Three Celtics, the 2009 Conference Finals loss to Dwight Howard and the Magic, the infamous decision where he took his talents to South Beach and getting swept by the Mavericks in the 2011 Finals. Chris Broussard is back with us. So, Chris, do you agree with this list? What do you think?
First of all, I take the decision off the list.
I agree.
Keep it on the court,
totally
basketball.
Agree. Okay.
And I didn't have any problem with the decision anyway. That's just me.
It's kind of a separate.
Yeah, and a lot of kids in Cleveland are still benefiting from the computers. Yeah, so I hear you, Skip. Okay. And I do think LeBron wanted to live out that college. He never went to college. Right. And what do you see when high school kids, when they pick, I'm taking my talents to Michigan or Florida.
Good point.
That's what I really believe there was a part of that. That's what went into it. And it kind of backfired on him. But so if we take the decision out, Bleacher Report had it at 4. I do think I have it on 4 on my list. Huh. And the 3 I have ahead of it, obviously number 1 is Dallas. That was his tragic Giants
We all
moment.
agree with
that.
Yeah.
Number 2, I got number 2, Boston 2010. Because that Lakers, I covered that series for ESPN. LeBron was ridiculous in game 3.
It was on a Friday night at Boston Garden.
Yes, he had 21 or 24 in the first quarter?
He had 38,
38 overall. He had like 24 it was over.
It was complete destruction.
Yes.
It was. He was unstoppable.
It was ridiculous. And I always...
And that put them up 2 games to 1.
And then I still don't know what happened in the last 3 games. It was a mystery. But I think that number 2. Number 3 was Orlando. And back to that 2010 team, though. If they had gotten past Boston, which I think they could have, they had beaten the Lakers twice. They had swept them during the regular season. That was when all the Kobe versus LeBron finals commercials were coming on. The Lakers, I don't want to say they feared the Cavs, but they knew that Cavaliers team gave them problems because that Cavs team had some size too. But anyway, if he had won that championship, that's a legacy-changing type thing. Number 3, Orlando, the year before, 2009, Dwight Howard was it was a matchup nightmare for the Cavs. They won 66 games that year.
Dwight Howard was like 26 and 13
for
the series.
Oh, he was destroying them, and they didn't know what to do. They couldn't guard him. And I think that is when LeBron, in my opinion, that's when the first spark entered his mind of
shooters.
I got to get some superstars. The next year he didn't have them either, and they were really good. But I think that's probably when it began to enter his mind that he needed superstars to win. And so I got it at 4th. The Lakers went at 4th. And the other 3 to me are legacy. If he had won those years, those would have been legacy changing. Whereas this year, look, I think if LeBron, let's say he just fades out, doesn't win any more titles and begins to get older, I don't think that's changing his legacy because he's in his 16th year. He's older. People would look at that. So that's why I have it 4.
Well, I agree with you, Skip. Skip. Chris, I took the decision. I took the 2018 final sweep off. I mean, you can't say the man with that team that they actually thought. So I guess if he had just won a game, we would view him different. Do you view, if LeBron James had won 1 game in the 2018 finals, would you actually view him differently? Absolutely not, because he still almost averaged a triple-double with 30.
Tell me when it's my turn.
It's not your turn just yet because it was my turn.
Sorry, not yet.
The finals, there's no question. I mean, there's no way around it, and that's what Skip Bayless always goes back to. Even after he won the 2016, Skip Bayless went back and drugged that up. And this man
drugged what up?
You know what?
The meltdown? Is that what you're talking about?
No. 2011.
Oh, that one. It's the meltdown. It's chosen one goes frozen one. It's like what happened?
You see what you do?
Well, what do you mean drug it up? It didn't happen
in 26
on the biggest stage in the game.
Let's see what I'm saying. In my moment, why are you bringing up something I did in my past, in the childhood?
Let me have this moment. Expunged from his legacy?
No,
I don't know.
But it's
Has the statute of limitations run out on that?
You know what? Go ahead.
Go ahead. You do it.
He has made up. You know, when that comes up, is when GOAT talk comes up. That's when it comes up, because you nitpick. But other than that,
nitpick.
All the other ones, the tragic Johnson moment.
Go ahead. I want to hear what you guys say. Go ahead. I'm going to refute your stuff.
Okay, refute.
Yes.
Okay, obviously the meltdown's number one. But number two, LeBron got a pass for this, and it just drove me nuts. I wrote about it for ESPN.com. I'm talking about the 2014 finals. The 2014 finals.
No, 2015.
No, 2014.
When Kyrie got hurt. When Kyrie got hurt.
No.
Oh, Spurs.
The Spurs.
Oh,
really?
oh.
Yeah, LeBron gets a total pass for this one because it's 1-1 going to Miami for 2 games. That's 2-2-1-1-1 format, okay? And in games 3 and 4 in his house in Miami, LeBron was just as bad as he was when he melted down in the finals against Dallas. Go back and look at it. Go back and look.
What were his numbers? What were his numbers?
He had 22 in the first game with 7 turnovers. And listen, I know his game. He was completely disengaged. He was out of it. He played with no passion, no conviction. It looked like he was unplugged from the basketball game. And again, I'm rooting for the Spurs, and I'm just sitting watching it saying, what are you doing? This is the turning point. If you win this game, you're back in control of the finals. And then in this will be the 4th game at home, he did score 28, but he had only 2 assists in that game. And in both of those home games, he barely got to the free throw line because he was not in attack mode in either game. Their team, obviously,
Wade
he was
on one leg.
Okay, but LeBron was by far the best player on the floor at that point. He
right.
just was.
I know.
I'm sorry.
And 28-8-6 says he was.
Okay.
For the series.
Okay,
Yes,
but in the end, they get blown off. He was minus 21 in both those home games. LeBron James was minus 21. You can't defend that. That was just wrong. Like he wasn't into it. Maybe he looked at Dwayne and said, I can't do this with Dwayne. I don't know.
You got that as number 2?
I got it number 2 because they got blown off the floor by a record finals margin.
And the Spurs shot a record number margin from 3.
But Duncan, Ginobili, and Parker were, you want to talk about aging, they were way up there.
What about those threes that they was knocking them down?
Okay,
the Bellinelli and Danny Green. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, but where was LeBron? I don't know where he went. Remember, he cramped in game 1.
28-8-6.
Okay, like it was not LeBron. It was, okay, and number 3 for me is that Boston series because it was pathetic. And my friend Stephen A. Smith at ESPN reported that somebody in the camp said that LeBron had to be sedated before games, what would that be, 4, 5, and 6, because he was having a locker room issue. I don't want to go into the gory details, but you remember all this?
Well, you all brought it up. Now you got people going to go Google it.
Well, everybody knows what it was, but the point was, I don't know what happened because after maybe the greatest playoff game he ever played in game 3, then I don't know, he unplugs. He just disassociates like, I'm not into this anymore. And Dan Gilbert went so far as accusing him of quitting in that series. Well, that's a low point. And then number 4 to me, you talked about last year's finals, but when he pouted after it broke down at the end of the game in game 1, they had them on the ropes. That was a low point for me watching LeBron's career.
You think they would have won that series, though?
Yes. I thought, well, if you break through and win game 1, I don't know what's going to happen. You had them dead to rights.
I know what was going to happen.
LeBron should have taken the last shot, but whatever, it all went to hell.
It's a good pass.
Okay, I'll give you all that. But whatever happened, it's still tied going to overtime, and LeBron goes and sits down at the end of the bench, and he won't even engage in the sideline huddle before overtime, and then he pouts and won't shoot in overtime. That's a low point to me. He's better than that. He's all-time great. Come on.
So where do you have this?
Okay. Have which?
This season?
Okay. You know what? I don't put it on the list because it was just a squandered opportunity. He had a chance this year to do the greatest thing he's ever done, which if he took these kids to the 4 seed and they got to the conference finals, I would have had to sit here and say, that's just great. That's all time. That's the equivalent of taking cadavers because they're all just kids and you're going to carry them all the way. Okay, but they didn't. And I don't know what happened with the pulled groin. I still don't, he tweeted the next day. I keep bringing it up.
He didn't tear it.
Dodged a bullet back in no time.
Worse.
And then the Lakers got upset with him because he wouldn't come back because they thought he was clear. The doctors had cleared him to come back. And remember, Rich Paul got angry about it. I don't know what happened, but it just went up in smoke the whole year. It got off to such a great start, and then it just went away. But I can't put it as a disappointment because they did have so many injuries. I don't know what happened.
If you guys don't mind me asking, in that 2010 finals, do y'all guys think Ray Allen will be in the Hall of Fame? Oh, my bad, he made it. What about Kevin Garnett? You think Kevin Garnett is going to be a Hall of Famer?
The 2010 conference semifinal?
Yeah.
Okay.
You think Kevin Garnett? What about Paul Pierce? You think Paul Pierce will go to
All 3 of them.
Hold on. So you mean, I just want to make sure I'm hearing you correctly. Now, I know a guy that got swept twice by a team that had 3 Hall of Famers. And ain't nobody said they hold that against him. Now, LeBron James.
But you don't think you don't have 2010 on your list against Boston?
No.
The reason I don't think anybody's faulting him for losing to that team, but the way it happened, they had them beat. I agree with you. And I was talking with, he had the elbow. I don't know, something was going on with him. But he was playing. I wrote my column that next day after Game 3. This is LeBron James when he's angry. Because everybody was on him about the elbow and he's making excuses. He went out there upset and demolished them.
It was
And
demolished.
again, I don't know what, it's all types of stuff that may have happened to lead him into that funk.
Right.
But just the way it happened, it was because I thought, look, I always felt when LeBron went to Miami, he sold himself short. Because I thought he was good enough to win a championship with that cast of cadavers, if that's what you want to call it.
He'd have been the go way back then if he'd have done that.
No, he would have.
He'd have been the go.
You could have made a case.
Yeah, he would have been on that path. Yeah. And he knew himself better than I knew him, obviously, but I felt that was a chance that team could have won the championship.
I got 2009. I think that game against Orlando was when it clicked in LeBron. I need shooters like Dwight Howard. So when they come double me, I got a Turkaloo. I got a Rashard Lewis. I got Mikael Pietrins. And guess what he got? He had a playmaker in D. Wade, but then he surrounded himself with Mike Miller, Ray Allen,
but all followed the same script because he hit the shot heard round the world to win game two.
Game 2.
And then
See, I think Orlando just beat them. Yeah. I mean, it was they couldn't match up with them. Boston, if LeBron had been himself, I think they beat Boston.
Who broke up the big three in Boston? Who broke it up?
Father Time.
Don't do that.
Father
Danny
Time.
Ainge traded
Why?
Kendrick Perkins
because they know. LeBron,
he traded Perkins away before.
Okay.
When LeBron was in Game 6, you remember that, Skip Bayless?
But you're undercutting your point. The point was he destroyed them in Game 3 and had them on the ropes, had them on their heels. Then what? I don't know what happened.
He also had
when he went to Miami, he had the big three himself.
Had a bot.
Right.
And because what we've seen now, the days of a single guy getting you there, that's why KD left and go join this team. And you see everybody trying to pair up with somebody. Kawhi ain't trying to go to LA the Clippers by himself. Everybody trying to pair.
Kawhi might. Kawhi's
you know what?
Dude.
Kawhi ain't even think about his legacy. Kawhi I'm in the NBA. Man, I got to get my hair cornrowed tomorrow. He ain't thinking about that, Chris. He's talking about getting his hair cornrowed.
He's thinking about how much his thigh hurts.
You know what, Skip, baby? You better
hope the Raptors don't make the finals.
You better, Skip, you need to let that
go,
man.
Right now.
The man got tendonitis. He got
make the finals.
He got.
Did he play like 4 out of 7?
Tendinosis.
He might.
He has tendinosis. So he's on a load management scale.
Really?
Thank
he gives
you
me
for clarifying,
tendinosis of my.
Chris, good to have you with us always. Okay, should the Cowboys sign Eric Berry? We'll discuss that with Mark Schlereth.
Yep.
Up next.
No mercy.
Let's move on to Skip's Cowboys, though. They've been very quiet so far in free agency, but it could pick up today when safety Eric Berry is expected to visit. The 5-time Pro Bowler was released by the Chiefs last week, and he's only played 3 games in the last 2 seasons. The Cowboys still have a bunch of their own players to sign, and Stephen Jones said they'll need to be, quote, super creative with that. It's a good quote. We're joined by Fox NFL analyst Mark Schlereth. Mark, is Eric Berry the answer for the Cowboys?
Well, first off, what's the question? Like,
Super Bowl or bust?
Well, he can make a difference. When I look at the Cowboys roster-wise, they are a young, talented roster. When you look at it, it's 23, 22, 24, 25, 26, 25, 20. That's what their roster looks like.
You're scaring Shannon Sharpe.
Right. They're a young, very talented roster. See, to me, you need a rudder. Right? You need a ship has to have a rudder.
Yeah.
And that, to me, is a veteran quality guy that glues people together. Now, Eric Berry is a phenomenal player when healthy. The problem is he hasn't been healthy in a couple of years, right? He hasn't played a lot of games.
Right.
Correct.
But you look at any locker room dynamic, especially with young players, you have to have a couple of veteran guys that glue people together, especially during the tough times and the bumps that come in any season. So to me, he would be a great answer for the Cowboys from a leadership standpoint, from a guidance standpoint, and basically bringing young players along. I always say with any team, you need a few adults in the room. Like, it's good to have young guys. It's good to have the energy. It's good to have athleticism and all that. But you need a few adults to make sure they've been guided in the right direction. And Eric Berry certainly will provide that to a football team.
I definitely believe he'll be an upgrade over Heath. The question is, Skip, at what price? And that's what right. I think the Cowboys are trying to figure out. He understands this is probably going to be his last contract. And he's not going to want one of these contracts think, okay, $2 million in every game that you're active, we'll give you another $150,000. He doesn't want that incentive-based contract. He wants that guarantee. He saw what Earl Thomas got. He saw what Landon Collins got. He sees the safety market around the league. He said it.
What is his safety market, though?
He don't look at it like skill. We the last one to see that our skills start to mature. Everybody else is like that. I still see the guy that went to all those Pro Bowls. You mentioned he went to 5 Pro Bowls, first team All-Pro. Yep. And the last time we remember him healthy, did a tremendous job on Rob Gronkowski on that Thursday night game to start the season. That's the way he still sees himself, even after the Achilles injury, even after the heel injury in which he missed, as Jenny said, 29 of a possible 32 games. Right. He still sees himself as that guy, Skip. So he sees himself as that guy. That guy should be paid, $30 million guaranteed. He's not going to get that. So the question is, what is he willing to accept? To say, you know what, this is a team that I can really help as far as Stink alluded to, as far as leadership. I can make some plays. Yep. I can make decent money, but I might be the missing piece to get this team over the hump.
I would agree with that.
I think one thing really quick, Skip, I think it comes down to, are you willing to be realistic with where you're at in your career, and how much does winning a championship still factor into that? Because you look at the Cowboys, and you look at the NFC East, and you look at the talent that they've amassed, the young talent they've amassed, I still look at them as a contender with the right pieces falling into place. And you have to come to grips with, where am I at my career, and is a championship more important than guaranteed money?
Okay. By the way, NFL.com has reported that Robert Quinn, who's now property of the Miami Dolphins, he was there very quietly last year because I lost touch with him. He had 5 sacks, but I don't remember any of them.
Right.
He's on his way to Dallas, and they are in trade talks with the Dolphins for Robert Quinn, and he's going to, I guess, interview in Dallas today.
You like that?
Okay, Randy Gregory out. Maybe Robert Quinn would be stopgap. I don't know. I don't remember him making plays last year.
No. He hadn't been really the same. He got injured at the Rams. Yep. He hadn't really been the same player because he used to be a heck of a pass rush off the edge.
I agree with every point you made about Eric Berry. It's more in his stature, in his experience, in who he used to be that I love. Because I don't think he's ever going to be that guy.
No, he
won't.
Just
have a gut feeling he's just had too many things go wrong with his body to be that guy.
And most of his injuries, Skip, are lower.
They are.
And to be a safety in this league, you need to be able to run.
Achilles is not good.
Nope.
You're usually never quite the same. Randall Cobb, I would value even more highly because they lost Cole Beasley, and Randall Cobb's only 28 years of age, and he was haunted all last year by hamstring. It wasn't a pull. I think it was a tear. If he's right and healthy at the right price, he could bring a lot of pop to that offense because you can play Randall Cobb outside as well as in the slot. I think he's all-purpose. You can run him. You can do. He's like an even better Tavon Austin right now that you could do things with on offense. So I like that addition. But in the end, these are all great problems to have because it's still a young, talented roster. And you made this point earlier. I'm going to reinforce it. They need to prioritize signing Zeke first or re-signing him, extending Ezekiel Elliott. He's earned it. He deserves it. He's got the shortest window of any position.
Yes.
And again, I know what they did to DeMarco Murray, and it was not pretty what they did. They used him up in 2014, and then they said, thank you very much, goodbye.
Yep.
And I don't want to see that happen to Zeke. I don't think he has a big window in this league.
He probably got
runs.
At the way he's running and the touches, probably 2 to 3 years max at that capacity.
Two at this level where you're leading the league in rushing, maybe 2 more big years. But after that, he is high collision.
Yeah.
He runs through brick walls. Like on 3rd and short, he just takes on anybody.
Steve, we know a guy like that, don't we? We played one. Got us to 2 Super Bowls.
You did.
I mean,
and then what happened?
You start. I mean, he got his knee. But when you start getting that 400 threshold, you get 2,000 yards. Right. You're gonna have almost 400 carries because that's 5 yards a carry.
Talking about
Terrell Davis, and then he went 1750 the year before that, and then 15 plus the year before that. It takes care to get to those numbers. And
John Elway could not have done what he did without that guy.
And we were a running team. We made the mistake in the playoff game, the divisional game against Jacksonville. All of a sudden, we thought we were a passing team.
Right.
And we got away from that.
Did you not have a great offensive line?
We did. They wanted to maul people. They wanted to run the ball.
Yep.
It just takes its toll. And as far as Stephen Jones is concerned, saying that we're going to have to be creative, yeah. That's the business. But you can be creative because you can give long money and save your cap space.
Right.
You just have to give long money to the right guys, right? Exactly. When you're going long money, you got to have the right guys to give long money to.
So I had my heart set on Earl Thomas because he's not only a made man, but he can still play. He
can still do that.
He's Eric Berry with ability left, with great years, maybe 2 or 3 great, I don't know, 4 or 5 great years. And out of the blue, as he said yesterday in his interview in Baltimore, came the Ravens. And they didn't just offer him this and that. They offered him the best contract on the market, even better than Landon Collins got in Washington. Well, Dallas can't compete with that.
Right.
So I say, God bless you, Earl.
But that's what you do in Skip. If you want a guy in free agency, you just go ahead and put your best offer on the table and make him an offer he can't refuse.
He said he took the Ravens offer in 2 hours. They had it completely.
That's it. Because
I'm thinking, he didn't even want to talk to Dallas anymore.
Because then
it's over.
Because here's the thing, Skip, you lowball a guy. Somebody else comes in and they offer more, and then you come back. He's like, you could have did that at the beginning. So the Ravens said, we released Weddle. We like Jefferson. Jefferson's a box safety. Earl Thomas still can roam. Let's go ahead and make it happen.
It's a great move for the Ravens.
But the Cowboys
needed it.
Skip, the Cowboys couldn't do this move. You can't spend that kind of money on a safety when you have all these guys that need money on your own team.
Unless you take your basic home state discount.
Well, and that's one of the other things that's important for Dallas in this process to remember, and I think this is important for any team. If you don't take care of the guys that are homegrown, your locker room starts to look at management and say, whoa, whoa, whoa. The only guys you want to play are guys who haven't helped build where we are right now. It's not the appropriate way to go about it. So that move to me is an important move. Taking care of your homegrown talent, your running back, your quarterback, those guys, your pass rusher, that's an important aspect of building a football team of quality.
But it won't matter. They can take care of all of them, and it's going to be the same thing, Skip.
I will remind you that last year we won the division and a playoff game and almost won a second playoff game with Jeff Heath and Xavier Woods at safety. They're pretty good. I'm not saying they're great. They're not going to make Pro Bowls, but they're pretty good football players, both of them.
Why wasn't Jenny and I invited to the parade of you guys winning a playoff game?
Well, we don't throw parades.
Oh, exactly. That's what I'm thanking very much.
We've got too many Super Bowl
trophies. Thank you very much. Hold up.
Jerry's got a whole office full of Super Bowl trophies.
When was the last time?
Huh?
Now you heard what he said at the combine.
Couple more.
Jerry heard what he said. He ain't got much time left. That's what Jerry said.
I don't know why he keeps saying
I don't know either.
I know, it's
that old.
I don't know either.
Shouldn't say
But
that.
I put it like this here. He was in his 50s the last time he won one.
Okay.
He in their late 70s now.
So we can do the math. Okay.
That ain't none of my. I don't even know why I brought that up, Skip.
We won a playoff game last year and almost won 2.
No, you didn't almost win 2.
Well, it was a 1-score game.
You almost lost 1 too. 3rd and 14, they let a quarterback go.
Is that not a play?
They'll never stop, Mark.
Go ahead, Jenny.
Never stop around here. Good to have you with us always.
Great to be here.
So Kobe says the Lakers, well, they should just blow up the roster. Is the mom thought right? We'll discuss next.
No, it does.
No mercy.
Laker legend Kobe Bryant was asked about the team's failed attempt to trade for Anthony Davis, and he didn't hold back. Kobe name-dropped Kyle Kuzma, Lonzo Ball, and Brandon Ingram as potential trade chips, saying, quote, Anthony Davis is one of the best players in the world, not now, in history. If you can sign Anthony Davis, you just do it. Shannon, are you surprised Kobe said this?
I mean, am I a ventriloquist or something? Kobe speaking through me? Because I could have sworn I've been saying this.
Did you say he's one of the best in history?
One of the best.
You guys been talking?
That's what the numbers say. That's what his numbers say, Skip. And that's what they base everything on, analytics and numbers.
Well, what are his postseason numbers?
He ain't been there that
Okay.
But he only about to be 25.
Okay.
Yeah, so guess what? Kobe Bryant understands in order to win titles, you need players. And the more good players you have, great players you have, the better your chances are. Kobe, you know what? Kobe likes a lot of things. He loves the Lakers. He loves the Lakers having success. And right now, this is not good for him. He doesn't like to see his team, the team that he was basically brought up in. 20 years, 5 championships. Say, nah, we better than that. That's not the Lakers that I remember, and I don't want to see them struggle anymore. So, yeah, if we got to trade Lonzo, if we got to trade LeVar, Jello, Ingram, Kuzma, a statue, and a banner to get AD, we going to do that.
Really?
Yeah, that's what we willing to give up. And so everybody, LeBron did this. Now we got Kobe. One of the great Lakers say, get him up. Get him up out of here. Okay. So now I want to hear what they got to say now. Because LeBron didn't say trade for AD. He said it would be a pleasure. It would be an honor to play with someone like Anthony Davis.
Remember, Kobe's new role with the Lakers is as an ambassador, right?
Yes.
So I was surprised he spoke out this strongly because I don't think Jeannie Buss loved this, because Jeannie Buss has tried to knock down all the talk about all those young players.
It's too tall for her to knock down.
Well, she called it fake news.
You believe her?
I do not believe her. But again, is she going to love that Kobe reinforced the growing sort of mystique of this trade, you know, the fact that this was happening? Probably not, right?
Are we supposed to believe Jeannie or our lying ears?
Well, there you go. That's the point. So now to Kobe's point. My point was, at the trade deadline, if in fact the Lakers were saying take any of the kids or all the kids you want, and I don't know how it would have worked against the cap, but if they had thrown in, remember, they still had Zubats. Yeah. So if it's Lonzo, Kuzma, B.I., Zubats, and a first-round pick, I'm saying that's a great deal for the Pelicans. That would start the Pelicans over because Zubats can play. And by the way, the Clippers got him now.
They probably would have been willing to go to 2 first-rounders. Now, you can't trade first-round picks in back-to-back years. No. So it would have been 2019, 2021. But, Skip, you talking about 4? So 2019, 21, 23, 25, and all that?
It's absurd that you turn that deal down. It's just too good for one player who I'm going to say it again about Anthony Davis, and I respect him. I admire what he puts up. He is the PER king of this league. He's at the top of PER year after year. That's player efficiency rating. And yet, does he make his teammates better? Not enough. And I don't know why or why not. It's just there's something missing in him because he's more of a complimentary superstar. Would he be good with LeBron? He'd be great. I think they need each other. But I also think as LeBron goes into year 17, that Anthony Davis would not be enough. If you trade all those kids away, then how do you restock?
He complimentary. So is sugar. Okay. Does sugar taste good by itself, or does it taste good in cake, pies, ice cream, coffee?
It's just straight empty calories.
Okay, then.
And you know what? Thank you for bringing that up. Anthony Davis is a lot of empty calories.
He's sugar. He tastes better with something else. Put it with Braun and watch it work.
I don't like sugar. I try to avoid it.
I do.
Jenny and I love sugar.
Well, you can't avoid it because it gets hidden in a lot of things.
Exactly.
Right?
So guess what?
Okay.
When we get it, we'll show you what he's about. Okay. We'll show you how to use it.
Year 17. So if you just got LeBron and AD in L.A. and you've given away Lonzo and Kuzma and Brandon Ingram and whatever else.
We didn't give them away. We got something in return. Okay. Even swap ain't no swindle.
Well, who else is going to play with these? Are they going to go 2-on-5 every night?
No, Skip. Everybody with the exception of a handful. Now, if we were to trade those guys, now we still got the makers to make a move. We still can make a move because we got another spot at about 15. Now, we ain't going to be able to give them no $30 million like we gave LeBron and AD, but we got to move where we can hit somebody with a 15 piece.
I know, but the godsend move, what would save LeBron going into year 17 and 18 is KD and Kyrie coming. Okay, because then because you get them on the open market, you do not have to trade for them.
Yeah.
What if you could keep all the kids and add KD and Kyrie? Now you got it. Because you've taken KD away from Golden State, and you've brought Kyrie here, you're golden.
Yeah, I mean, that would be pie in the sky. Yeah, that would be unbelievable. I would love that move, but I don't see that happening.
Okay, well, that's game over move.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You got a shot at winning a couple of championships.
Oh, yeah. Until LeBron, we win them until LeBron retires after year 21.
Really? Well, it looks like he's getting close now.
Don't do that, Skip.
Feels like we're a long way away
don't
from
do
that. Here's the thing, guys. LeBron, he's going to be sitting out tonight.
See, I told you.
Why? Why?
That low
That's the story we're going to talk about next.
No mercy.
Speaking of those Lakers, well, they are on the road tonight against the Bucks. LA has lost 8 of their last 9, and LeBron will sit out tonight with a sore left groin. And Giannis Antetokounmpo is questionable with a sprained ankle. So, Shannon, what do you make of LeBron sitting out again?
Don't risk it.
Don't risk what?
No, don't risk further injury.
He's not injured.
Did you just say he got a sore left groin?
He doesn't have a sore left.
Sore left. Yes, he does, Skip.
He has a sore left ego.
No.
Getting his shot blocked.
Or heart.
Sore left groin.
Please.
There's no sense in risking anything in jeopardy. We're going to finish this out the right way. That's the only way we know how to play, Skip Bayless.
Really?
Yes, we're going to finish this thing out the right way. We're going to show these young guys that we don't quit. Even though the situation all seems to be lost, that's not what we do here.
Shannon Sharpe, what have you predicted? That your man, LeBron James, will pass Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as the greatest scorer in the history of this league. He is now 6,000 points shy of Kareem.
Right.
If he averaged 27 points a game, it would still take about 3 more seasons playing all 82 games to catch and pass Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Well, that means this is a precious game at Milwaukee. Maybe no Giannis, no Brogdon for sure. Why wouldn't he just go up there and try to get his 27? You need every game to count.
Growing, little Nick. We're not thinking, you just looking at it like, okay, LeBron signed for 3 more years. But we play beyond that contract.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Have you been watching him lately?
Oh, yeah, I have.
Okay, next year's you're 17. The next is 18.
I've been watching.
19? Are you sure he's going to make it to 19?
I see 27.4,
really?
8 and 8. That's what I see.
Every year, like clockwork.
No. Probably year 18 will probably be 25. Year 19 will probably be 20. Yeah,
Wow, that's a staggering plummeting
Oh,
drop,
really?
right?
25?
Yeah.
You know another guy average 25 points a year?
I do not, because I'm not sure he can.
You won't bet nothing.
You know what? Kareem he's out there. You're not going to catch him.
Walk him down.
Sorry. No.
I'm glad you brought
Skip, you've seen races where somebody had a runner be way out there, like, no chance they catch it.
6,000 more points.
No mercy.
Thanks for listening to the Undisputed Podcast. I'm Jenny Taft. Join us again at the same time tomorrow morning, 9:30 Eastern. We'll see you then.
Fox Sports 1 of 1.